Ladies and gentle germs, welcome to LAN Madness 2022, the first of the LAN Madnesses. You've got me, Tom Snuffles, and you've got Paradox here for the first series of LAN Madness in a live event. Woohoo! Thank you everybody for making noise when I said a thing. I really appreciate that. I am very much looking forward to this matchup. This is a matchup of staff. This is a matchup of drama. This is a matchup of genuine consequences. We have a battle between two of our staff members. Paradox, who are they?
Well, I was going to lean in. We have two players, the creme de la creme of the British scene. But when you boil it down, it really is just two staff members, and that is King Boo and Squeaker Capybara, Cappy, whatever he goes by these days. Two fantastic players, but there's a big elo discrepancy between both of them, and there's no pressure on this man on the screen right now tonight, is there?
Well, I feel that old Squeak, the capster himself, he feels no pressure because pressure is something like geological. Like Geology Wade could study that, and Cappy would kind of like roll that pressure off because he doesn't feel it. He's a man of infinite will, which I'm not sure King Boo will actually be able to test. Maybe Cappy will take this in a straight 3-0 set. You never know.
Are you willing to put money on that?
I am not.
That tells me everything I need to know. I mean, King Boo is a heavy favourite in this one, but 2K1, has he got 2K2? Let's not talk about that. I think it might be a little bit of a soft spot.
Has he got 2K2
there is a bit of a difference here. And
there is. But when it comes down to tournament settings, I do feel that preparation is king. And King Boo, has he prepared?
When you talk about the two people, what kind of impression do you get?
Well, I feel that King Boo and Cappy are both the kind of people that have put some thought into their draft.
But I'm leaning more towards the man on the right-hand side, which is Squeaky. He arrived yesterday with the headband on. He's been ready for at least 24 hours that I've been here in person, but
he has
potentially... How long has that headband been on for?
I think that headband might have been on since birth. From my experience with Squeak so far.
You need to get ready when you're born ready, right?
Exactly. He was born ready, and he was born for a pick of Cape of Storms.
And on the flip side, King Boo, no surprise, he went for Islands.
I think that's a very stressful pick. I would hate to come across somebody picking Islands.
The thing is, it's actually a very preferred map for both. So if there's if Boo ever wants to say, I'm confident of how I play, he's going to go for a map he knows the opponent is good on.
Yeah. I feel that. I also feel that banning Hideout is a very sensible choice because Hideout is incredibly boring.
And I also think that I had this conversation 15 minutes ago that King Boo would potentially ban Hideout, knowing the Squeaker is quite comfortable on the map. And it turns out I was right.
But Land Madness, for the Squeak, for the Cap, going for Land Madness, such an open and aggressive map, something that tends to favour the higher rated player, is a very brave pick.
On the flip side though, King Boo rebuts and picks Chaos Pit on the opposite end. He says, Land Madness, I raise you. I have
Chaos Pit.
I have Exodia.
Maybe it's the confidence that he feels that Chaos Pit won't appear in the map draft because, he's going to win so hard, leaving Gold Rush as our Game 1 pick.
And I love Gold Rush. It's one of my favourite maps.
I think we are opposite in opinions on that because Gold Rush, not my favourite map.
I would expect you to understand sarcasm when you've heard it.
Well, I don't know.
But we both will be extremely excited for this game because the games can go quite well. There's lots of gold on it. We'll see what the civs come out. The map draft has been done, so we're moving on to the civs now. We can see the draft table. It is beautiful, isn't it? Great work from Grandy here. We've got all the civs A to Z. It should be A to Z. I was there supervising myself, held out by DJ sitting in the front row here. he got a little bit confused with the B and M's. There's too many B's and there's too many M's, and it is a...
Well, here's the thing. Extra bonus points to anybody in chat who finds the one that I accidentally, and by accidentally I mean deliberately, swapped around, so it's now no longer in order. If you find it, well done you. It's not the Marlians, though, because we know that is the best Civ. And which player will pick it to get the insta-win? Will it be Cap? Will it be Boo? Who will pick Marlians? We will find out.
Looking at the map draft, I mean, Marlians could work on Cape of Storms, kind of hybrid map there. Islands wouldn't be expected, so if you're going to see Marlians in anyone, it would be Cape of Storms.
Yeah, you'd be wrong. The correct pick for Marlians...
Any map.
...is every single map.
Yes.
Absolutely, I'm glad you understand that.
I mean, I understand you. There's a big difference. There's a massive difference there.
Well, I mean...
And your hat keeps falling off.
This hat does keep falling off. And what's worse is nobody can see it because
I
we're
know,
so
right?
focused on the games. So, first ban of Britons. Oh, look
Massive surprise, right? Britain's banned right off the board. Extra range on the archers. Crazy potential to boom. They're just
Gajara's ban.
I hate them, and Gajara's off there.
I think that's a very sensible ban. Gajaras are absolutely cracked right now. That is a Civ that needs a nerf hard.
We're looking at potential maps. There's lots of sheep there. Could it have been for Land Madness? You can pick up some extras. I'm not entirely sure. Call it Chaos Pit. I need to have a little double check.
Here's the thing. Gajara, I don't think there is a map that the Gajaras are particularly weak on right now. They're maybe Islands.
And the second band coming in, Japanese, probably looking towards Cape of Storms there.
Yeah.
Really tanky fishing ships, really good eco as well. Pretty flexible.
They've been, Japanese have been a well-performing Civ the entire time.
I don't know if you missed the facial reaction of Cappy there. He was not terribly impressed, no. And he's also going for the other Cape of Storms band, Mongols, because there's just an absolute plethora of hunt, so Mongols will be off then.
Easy. Okay, so first pick of Lithuanians for Boo.
And again, another Cape of Storm Civs. Lithuanians, fantastic.
It's almost like they're all thinking about Cape of Storms.
Yeah, well, Cape of Storms, for Boo, you probably want to prioritise your opponent's home maps versus your own. If you're extremely confident, there's a little bit of a skill difference there.
Yep.
Prioritise your opponent's home maps. Get the ones there.
Oh
Going to go into them.
my God! Capybara has picked the poles. Can you see how tall that pole pick is? That pole is absolutely massive.
Pole's number one. Is
so much taller than the Mongols.
I'm wondering what he's thinking here. Maybe some craziness on Chaos Pit would be kind of funny, those regenerating villagers. It's not really what you would expect from Cappy in terms of going for this kind of crazy gameplay style, but who knows?
Oh, Aztecs.
And
Aztecs for Boo. See, the thing is Aztecs, while it might not be as current as the Gajaras or the Hindustanis, Aztecs have been... Oh, God, he's got both. Aztecs have been a staple Civ for the past 15 years of how good have the Aztecs been. They're just ridiculous. They're so strong.
And I have been told they've got the highest win rate amongst all civilizations right now.
Now, if I was Squeaker, I'd be quaking in my squeaky little boots.
Well, he has a Capybara and he does not do that, so no issues there. First
So
island
instead
set potentially off the board. There's Italians.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly highlight, Boo did go for Hindustanis, and he's still on the copium in terms of Indians are better. I don't know what he's thinking there, because Hindustanis are very, very strong.
I think Hindustanis have been performing better than the Indians ever did. Both, actually, the Hindustani and the Gajaras. They are amazing Civs, and I have very much been enjoying playing them against anybody playing Franks.
Ooh, and Squeaker maybe going for the double islands pick. They're Italians, then Dravidians. So just trying to secure that map and give a weaker Civ to Boo. Maybe looking towards the Vikings or Portuguese.
But here's the thing. It's like, would you pick Dravidians over the Vikings?
I think Vikings obviously have a very strong game throughout every age.
Yeah.
Dravidians, though, very strong, early feudal age. Can do a lot of damage in, but I feel inclined to agree.
I'm a Vikings girl, right? I'm here. I'm screaming out for the Vikings.
Well, we are a pirate themed event.
Well, I mean, that may be why. I've never heard of any Dravidian pirates, but maybe
Viking
that's
pirates, they are literal
they're
raiders,
there,
Tom.
yeah. We should get some extra horny hats for the next cast.
Excuse me?
But no. Anyway, Grandy, ignore us.
And Huns and Tatars, I think. Tatars most likely looking towards Gold Rush, should be able to use the Hell bonus and the gold intensive Civ.
It is.
Huns most likely Land Madness, very flexible.
I kind of feel...
Squeaker's, he's deep in thought. What do you think?
He is deep in thought. The pen is behind the ear. He has so much intensity in every pick that he's got. Khmer, a solid Civ.
Khmer.
Very, very solid Civ. Could do pretty well on...
It's happening. Oh my god, it's happening.
Yes!
It's happening.
Okay, Squeaker has literally locked his place into the finals. He's picked the Malians, immediately the strongest, favoritist player in the match so far. There's nothing that we can say. Oh my god, he's picked the Vikings! Vikings versus Malians, literally the best matchup that you could have in Age of Empires. If anybody doubts that, they can shut up. This is live.
It feels like really good draft management just from Boo. They're waiting till the very end.
Yeah.
Island Civ. Map he's really comfortable on. You arguably get the best Civ on the map. One of the top ones at least. He's got to be pretty happy, and he goes with Saracens. I know there's been a lot of chatter between the both of them.
Yes.
If Saracens, and I know there's one more Civ on the board there that's still untouched.
Last one.
Is it going to go?
Boo.
Is it going to go? And it begins with B.
Not Boo.
Begins with B.
Literally Squeaker, the opposite of what I said. The last one, Squeaker's final pick. What will he go for? He can't go for Malians. He's already picked the strongest Civ. So how do you find a Civ stronger than the Malians for your final pick? We are on the edge of our seats right now. He is trying so hard to stay serious, to stay focused, and he picks the Mayans. A genuinely excellent pick for, I think, many a map. I'm saying that. It looks like there's actually one left.
It's kind of funny to think mine's going towards the right end of the draft, but not really a lot of maps that suit them. It's not really an Alabia-centric tournament.
I don't know.
It's kind of an
Bear
odd
in
one.
mind that he's got Britain's locked in, so Mayans tend to be a pretty good pick for like Golden Pit or
Gold Rush, they can work it for sure. Heavy Eagle play.
That one, not Golden Pit, Gold Rush.
And maybe a counter pick to the Tatars if you do get to Eagles, but it is challenging to get towards it.
I mean, are they okay at Chaos Pit? No, not really.
For me, no, because you don't have any gold in the middle, and mine's a little
okay,
reliant
so
on
we
gold.
have a snipe. The snipes are in, and the Poles are sniped, and the Lithuanians are sniped. Clearly, the Poles, with their massive pole, was too intimidating for King Boo. He could not dare to face the massive pole of the Poles.
No, if you did notice, there is one more side of the big, massive pole, and it is the Bohemians, who are looking quite sad in the draft table right now with the rest of them. And some of these aren't going to get touched over the weekend, and it's quite sad.
Yeah,
we can have it. We should really have a moment of silence for Celts, potentially for Slavs. For some reason, I don't know why, they're actually a fantastic Civ, but some of these just won't get touched.
We're definitely going to miss the Turks in this entire tournament.
Well, depends on if we do get a hideout, and everybody does love a little bit of Janissaries in the firing squad.
Do they? Does anybody Oh God! Quick hat! Does anybody really want? Does anybody really want to pick the Turks right now? I'm feeling like the Turks have fallen off.
We have seen quite a bit of it on Hideout, so you never know. But not tonight.
Not tonight.
In this set, at least.
Well, thankfully, Hideout has been banned, which means that we have been saved from the joys of that's the hat falling off. We've been saved from the... Don't mind. It's okay. It was supposed to happen. This was deliberate.
Gold Rush game 1, Tom. Anything that's jumping out at you in terms of Civs?
So, now if I was picking a Civ to play Gold Rush...
Hang on. Does it begin with M and end with S?
No.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Malians, obviously, we know that it is the strongest Civ in the game, but do you want to lead game 1 with your strongest pick? I think the answer is no. I think you want to pick a different M for game one. You want to pick the Mayans, right? And just go with that.
Potentially, it could be a good option, right? I mean, Mayans the last pick in the draft. It comes a little bit down to draft strategy. Do you want to start really strong on a neutral map, which is a little bit of a funny one because you have home maps of your own, so neutral map could come down to you're maybe expecting players to win their home map.
Yeah.
So neutral map could be very important. Do you want to start for a really strong civ, or do you work all the way down to your draft? It's a best of 5. Do you maybe just start a little bit weaker and then try and save your stronger civs to the end?
I think that's where I'm leaning. If I were playing, I think I would probably want to play the Mayans if I was Cap, purely because of the strength that is in the Mayans. There is no way that you can look at the Mayans and not see them as a top tier 1v1 civ on near enough every map. They land so well. The archers are fantastic. Their eagle play is the best eagle play in the game. And eagles are one of the best raiding units that you can have. And if anybody is going to be able to capitalize on that, that will be the Cap himself.
Of course it would
be.
The
Capybara.
Now, the question is...
Yeah?
I would be fully expecting Tatars here.
Yeah.
Do you still like the matchup?
I mean, Tatars versus Mayans. Yes, if anything, I think the Mayans can do quite well against the Tatars. I think they have the right tools in their arsenal to deal with the kind of Tatar pressure that can throw down.
I mean, Tatars can apply a lot of pressure, right?
They can apply a
lot
lot
of
of
spell
pressure.
between the stable and the archery range. They get a free thumb ring, free thumb ring in Castle Age.
God, I wish I got a
Castle
free
Age.
thumb ring.
And you know, it can go into archers, it can go into CA. Can they get a big mass of eagles before it is too late?
But that I think that's where it lands. Like Tatars, they have pretty decent cav when it comes down to it. They have the flexibility of solid skirms to add into that. But the problem is if they get forced into skirm play, the eagles will come running out and they will shred it.
You are doing Tatars wrong if you're getting forced into to skirms.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when I play.
Can we remind the viewers what tournament you were in here for the LAN Lubbers? Were you what?
I decided. I chose from my own back to be in the playoffs.
What is the playoffs?
No, just the play.
Okay.
But I chose that so that everybody else could have a chance to feel that they could potentially win the tournament. If I played in the main event,
of course, yes.
it would have been an
yes.
absolute stomp, and we couldn't have that. It had to be fair. That's why we let King Boo play instead.
That's why we let you in the plate, because it wouldn't be fair on the other cup competitors.
Exactly,
yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a good job we did do that. We are obviously a very competent staff, and look where we are. I mean, we've got a fabulous event right now. We've got lots of people ready to watch the event, lots of people over on Twitch as well.
We do have lots of people. 42 viewers hanging out with us right now, and Zupman is suggesting that we have some flaming camels.
I mean, is it possible?
I am not sure which civ gets flaming camels.
Oh, Tatars get them, but I mean in person.
Oh my God!
I mean in person.
Well, literally no, because the Mayans...
No, literally flaming camels in person.
Who could we light on fire? Who is the closest to being a camel? We don't have a roaming cam going right now, but if we did, we could find who was going to be closest to a flaming camel. It's P-Joff, everybody! The closest to being a flaming camel.
Quite a few of us in the chat couldn't be here just due to circumstances as well. Superman couldn't be here because I got a COVID test positive a couple of days ago.
We missed them.
Bans tonight waiting for a visa and got it today.
Well, I mean, Alfred's here, so that's a positive.
Not Alfred.
The great, the one, the only Alfred.
I mean,
we
have just a great little meeting of the GB community here and beyond. It's just it's good to get this
I tell you who it's
close
not.
contact with each other, isn't it?
Well, it's not your Pip. I am so crazy. See, here's the thing. I expected we are having a LAN event in the UK. Oh my!
I would finish what you were saying.
Yeah, okay, we'll ignore that. I was going to say, you Pip, hey, how dare you not be here? But how dare we miss the start of King Boo versus Cappy, Game 1.
What are the Sevs, Tom?
It is the Tatars versus the Mayans. We are so good at this.
I mean, especially me.
Well, yeah, of course, especially you.
Yes.
And so oh God, my phone is in the butcher. That'll do. Yeah, there we go.
We're nearly there.
We just don't want to miss you, Twitch chat. We want to be able to see you as we go on through. So, Tatars versus Mayans. We have been rendered, well, shocked.
Well, we have been, what's the word I'm looking for? We have been vindicated. That's
Absolutely.
we have been vindicated.
We have been proven that
Called
we know
it straight
what
off the
is
bat.
going on.
I don't know if maybe we just have some sort of insight towards these players' brains, but we can take a look at them. Obviously, the viewers can't see them, but we can see the concentration levels are full in. Both players are locked in and ready to go. And looking at the maps for both players, look pretty balanced, which is good. Is Boo walling already? Minute 5. Oh my God, he is in full try-hard mode.
Such a try-hard. And absolutely, I think Boo's map is really, really nice. Even more so than Cappy's. Back gold, the fact that he can wall off really, really easily. He can pretty much secure himself. That's the thing that he falls down on, is if he doesn't manage to secure that kind of left-hand wood line, that could be a bit rubbish for him. But I don't think that will be an issue because he will wall that off. Everything will be nice and spicy for him. Compare that to Cappy, who doesn't really have the same level of safe gold.
He does have this one down towards the southeast. If you look at the mini-map, he has a big chunk of wood as well. It's kind of odd. It actually gives you a big safety goal. Also, a lot of farming space in the long run. Could just wall to the edge, wall into the TC, up towards the north, also wall to the edge. Could have very safe eco, and there's the barracks coming up from Cappy. Probably looking towards Man-at-Arms potentially. I'm always a little bit scared of Man-at-Arms because what's in the middle of the Gold Rush map?
That would be a whole bundle of very hungry wild animals. So, I mean, if I was Cappy, would I be sending my man-at-arms forward, or would I be sending a spear forward to take some of them Woldsey boys and send them right towards my opponent's eco? I probably wouldn't do that. It seems like a total waste of resources, but I might do it anyway.
It depends on your mic, alright, but King Boo is already up, 19 population. Double lumber camp, but would just give indication that he is going to be playing scouts here. So we'll see what he does decide to open. And there is the first couple of militias for Cappy as well. And yeah, it looks like Man-at-Arms versus scouts potentially. Like we said, all of those wolves, whatever it is, hyenas, I don't care. They're wild beasts in the middle, and they attack your infantry. It's no use.
Your poor little walkie boys. It's not fair. However, I mean, this is already... Look at the score difference between the two. Cappy leading so far, 21 vills to 18. It's not like there's been any significant idle time. Like, this is so good to see compared to watching, like, 1,100, 1,000 rated games. Like, this is the top echelons of UK.
It certainly is, yes. And King Boo did push quite a few deer. Can we take a look at his scouting potentially? I do love that Cappy's going around the outside of the ring here, so you will avoid it. Boo doesn't really have a good idea where Cappy is at all, so playing ultimate greed here.
Look at that. He has perfectly looked at King Boo has an excellent ring, and I think that is something that we should all appreciate. We should all appreciate King Boo's ring. Anyway, you keep going, Paradox. I'm just going to
this is exactly what we're talking about. You go through, you really, if you're going to play Gold Rush, please just take the time to avoid that. Just avoid that center bit. Oh dear, not a great start. One villager does down, more still there. The villagers have the boxing gloves out. Man-at-Arms is in as well. Not an ideal start from Cappy. I just stay off the elevation. Please don't go through it. Another one. There's 4 there at the absolute maximum. The eagle is in front. He should see them. He sees one. Please do not go right through. Boo also spots that the villagers coming forwards. Means towers are going to be coming as well.
Man-at-Arms towers has been absolutely noticed.
Cappy is going to go right through that other. No, please. And Boo is maybe going to pick a villager. But second scout is coming over. At least keep the walls open in the meantime. And right into another bunch of I don't know if it's wolves, hyenas, leopards.
Oh God,
they are getting the damage in. It's not looking too good. 2 villagers
There's
down.
another one. Oh,
And
Cappy.
And to be honest, he's actually lucky it did not target the next one. It's got barely any health. It would be it's going to be a nice and easy quick snipe for King Boo if he does notice out with 1 scout. Doink.
Yeah,
And you'll be gone.
absolutely. You know full well that your tower play is over. Your tower play is absolutely dead. There's nothing that you can do with 2 forward vills, one of them with low HP. A tiny little bit of pressure, but what's this tower going to do right now? It's going to be so slow being built. It's not going to pressure anything. It's not going to help them get in particularly.
It will do that. It will help them get in, but you can see the houses coming up. The one thing is, it's going to get King Boo is going to get a little bit of HP on it once the tower comes up. It's only 2 villagers now, so the tower takes some time. It will stop the wall spine, so as long as King Boo does have complete control of the water situation, and he does...
It has baited King Boo's scouts back to try and deny that tower.
But there's a doink.
And it will be denied, like that.
I'm afraid it's going to take more than the gloves to get out from the village here. 4 villagers down. 2 do go to credit King Boo. 2 more to Gaia.
Gaia is so strong right now.
Clearly, yeah.
Gaia coming in trying to win a carrot.
I mean, this kind of performance, he does deserve it. Can he keep it up for the rest of the tournament? No, that is the question.
That's the thing that we need to keep an eye out for. Everybody, please keep an eye out for how well Gaia does going forward.
The main issue with Capture Age is we do not see the KD for Gaia.
Yeah, Capture Age. Why don't you give us some Gaia statistics? We see that there has been an eco KD of 4 for Cappy.
4 villagers down the drain. We do have idle time for Boo, pretty much accounting for 2 villagers. So it does bring down the difference a little bit. You can see the actual villager count for both players is sitting on 29 each.
Even.
15 minutes into the game now. A little bit of a military lead for Cappy. So it looks like Boo is going to try and greed his way up to Castle Age. Only made 3 scouts, but he is on to a range 2 and will want to build up archer numbers to get to Expo.
I mean, it's a lovely play so far. Yes, Boo has 52 seconds of idle time, making this a completely even game. But it does mean that with these kind of, with the mistake of losing all of your villagers trying to build the towers, that Cappy hasn't actually, while going for towers, ended up that far behind, which is incredible, because he should be 2 villagers behind right now.
Yes, my main question is, I don't see a lot of damage. He has not took a lot. He's obviously sacrificed some villagers. Boo could have played a little bit cleaner and made a bit of a better advantage. He does have the archers right now, which will totally neutralise the man-at-arms and the spears that are out. Scouts and archers isn't the easiest thing to set up, but he has got it rolling now. But you can see Boo's resources starting to rise. Cappy's on the way as well. He's still on stone, so Cappy might be aiming towards a castle in the middle. And what does a castle with mines mean?
I mean, I feel like a castle with Mayans means you make more man-at-arms! Forget the long swords, you go swords all the way! You kill all of the Tatar units with pure sword... No, is that not what we're going for?
No, that's not
okay.
No, it's not the unit.
I think we're expecting some plumes then.
Could be plume archers.
I think it might be plumes.
And it's like, when was the last time you've seen plumed archers?
I think it's been a hot minute since I've seen
a while, hasn't it? It's always good to
plumes.
see them get played.
Team games, yes, I've seen a bundle of plumes in team games, but 1v1, I've seen man-at-arms into eagles near enough every time.
Yeah, and castle unique units is not the easiest thing to get into, but if you can get into a super strong unit here, could be plumes, but we'll see.
Look at that.
Both players on the way up, but about 45 seconds advantage for Boo. Going for fledgling, going for gold mining. He also dropped the second range. And it looks like plumes is going to be the play for Cappy.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, we are still near enough even. Yes, the click-up time for Boo was a good 20 seconds ahead of Cappy. But, like, we are neck and neck.
I will apologise, because Boo is not adding any archers, so... Not adding any archers, you're Tatars.
Going Cav Archer.
I can only mean one thing.
You've got to be saving up. You're going Cav Archer. I think this is for game one, we have been spoiled. We have been spoiled.
I mean, it's quite nice to actually start a game and it's not just like, oh, we're going to play man-at-arms and 2 archers and just, well, it's, Cappy's going for it.
Cappy's gone towers.
He's gone for it.
And he flubbed it as well, which is even better.
It's fantastic, honestly. And I really appreciate somebody that... What kind of mindset do you approach a set against somebody that's a lot better? Do you play safe and try and play your best game? Or do you try and push that player outside of the comfort zone?
Absolutely.
And do something that they don't want to do?
I'm just so grateful that Cappy decided to not pick Marlians for game one and absolutely crush King Boo. Because, I mean, that would have been no fun at all. The fact that he's got that in his back pocket for every single map will always mean that King Boo will be on the back foot in the mental game, because he'll always be scared that the Marlians will be like kind of thrust out there and completely ruin his game.
Tom. That's just an Age of Empires 2 player mindset. Like, you've always got to be scared of the Marlians.
Oh, absolutely, always, which does mean that Cappy is clearly ahead in the mental game. So far, though, yes, we're 500 points away from each other between King Boo and Cappy, but this is a completely even game so far, other than the fact that there is 11 military on the field for Boo and 0 for Cappy.
And that is a difference, right? But 2 TCs coming up from both players, or 1 extra TC, 2 TCs total. Castle from Squeaker at the front of his base, well going to secure it. But what did they say about chains and the weakest links?
That Cappy is incredibly impressive for only having 13 seconds of TC idle time.
He is securing his base. Stonewall's up there. Maybe a little bit of a weak spot still towards the east side of the market.
It's minute 22.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
To only have 13 seconds of TC idle time is genuinely shocking. Like, it's dirty. King Boo is a 2K plus player and has a minute and a half of TC idle time.
Yep, and that's honestly, that's probably one of the things you're relying on as a lower rated player, is to have the high rated player have an off day. If you play your best, and the other player has a bad day, you give yourself a chance.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when I play my best, the other player is still playing better than I am. So I
Your best.
Yeah, my best.
Your best.
I am Sean Connery. I'm playing my best. Every single lady that is in the films that I am in is younger than I am, and I'm going to marry her. Sean Connery.
Anyway, that was not a James Bond reference, but all good.
We have, me and Jess have watched so many Sean Connery films, and in every single one of them, he is old, and the people he is meeting are young. Anyway,
but he's a fantastic Scot.
He is a fantastic
Scot. R.I.P. Sean Connery, of course. Yes.
What?
Yes.
When?
A number of months ago.
Jess, I've just been told that Sean Connery died? Yes. When? Why did I miss this?
It's a number of months ago.
This LAN is the most distressing thing that has ever happened to me.
I'm sorry, Tom.
R.I.P. Sean.
As a Scot, I can surely sympathise.
Let me get my right. That's I'm so sorry, Sean. You're a hero to me. Freedom.
That's the wrong movie.
I mean, it's all the same. Anyway, what's not all the same is the fact that we have Cav Archers versus Plumes, and the Plumes are getting some good trades on these Cav Archers right now. It's 13-9 military mass, 54-53, so we are still completely even between these two players.
There's not a whole lot between them. Big thing here, though, Ballistics already in for Squeaker, going for that third TC now, going to try and prioritise the gold in the middle. Well, assuming the villagers are well send. You don't want to send too little where you can invite the Cav Archer pressure, but seems like the Plume Archers will be able to defend in the meantime. But you do not want to be fighting Tatars uphill.
No, you don't want to be fighting Tatars uphill. However, if you are up against Tatars and you don't want to fight uphill, what do? You try and make a fucking castle. Cappy, 8 vills on stone. Boo, 0 vills on stone. So there is currently absolutely no stone coming in for Boo, so a castle is not on the way. The map control is entirely hinging on having a military mass. And that is not happening right now.
But that's a major issue when you do go for a castle unit, right? You're obviously going against Cav Archers. A range is a lot cheaper than a castle.
It is
and
true.
A Cav Archer that much worse than a plume archer. Let's be honest, when it's a Tatar Cav archer, I would be more comfortable playing Cav archer than plumes.
Yeah, and yet, here's the thing, is you would expect to have a slightly higher military mass of Cav archers than plumes.
You
But
should.
right now, there are more plumes than Cav archers.
Doesn't look like it, Boo. Actually, he's a little bit under pressure. You can see his idle TC down 3 minutes and 46 seconds. That's 3 minutes more than Cappy. He's finally got ballistics in as well, Boo. But
I mean, he still has more vills, though. Like, with that idle time, he has more
but six. Only 6. Sorry,
Six!
Oh my god.
Scotland! Frida!
I'll make sure I say this very, very clear. 6. 6 more villagers. 7 now.
There are 6 villagers, and maybe 7.
Only 7 now. But you would,
The waves are about to begin.
You would expect
Will all
you
week.
would expect a bigger military difference, and there were 69 villagers for Cappy, now up to 70. Very nice.
And non-swimmers, please make their way to the beach area. Anyway, that's Britain. And that is a good little bit of pressure onto the gold. 1 vill down.
Nothing too crazy. I mean, Squeakers already extended out to the middle. Castle going up now. Cavalry archers in a totally different way. The castle goes up totally untouched. It's a very winnable game for both players. And when you're 30 minutes into the game, war-weighted player again. I don't want to keep us come back to this, but for Cappy, he's probably feeling pretty good about his position in the game, and now he can really progress.
I mean, you can see how well Ballistics has done for Cappy. Because, like,
He just has more military. He's got 10 more military units.
he's just slapped that. And now, by those losses in the military mass, the fact that we've only got like 1 castle up and we still have a bigger military mass is absolutely significant right now. Boo cannot pressure with his faster moving units.
No, and
2
if-
castles. Okay, fine. Thank you, Pejoff, for pointing out that there's 2 castles. Not that I'm cross with you. Pejoff is our observer right now, so everybody say thanks in the chat for Pejoff for being such an excellent observer.
Yeah, I think Boo's looks like he's starting to save the food. A little bit. Gold is also going up, so maybe thinking towards Imperial Age.
thinking this
Cappy not anywhere close. Wheelbarrow just coming in, 100 foot in the bank. He's probably going to want to keep making plumes. So you have great mobility there,
But
keep
that's
point
it.
pressure.
You can see the difference between wheelbarrow and no wheelbarrow. We have 28 vils on food, and we are 500 food behind.
And heavy plough for Boo as well, which makes a big difference to the
Absolutely.
farmer.
Oh,
But
no!
Boo gets caught with his pants down, doesn't have the patrol on, and Cappy does pick off a couple of numbers there. It's a nice little gain.
It's the pressure. And here's the thing. It's like, we are still not prepping our transition to Eagle Warriors.
Does he
Right?
need to?
I mean, right now, no. You know, you keep going for what you're best at, which is the plumes. But when that transition comes in, it will be so hard for Boo to deal with.
Did you see that?
No, was it?
the market?
Was
The
there a
market
market?
started being abused.
Oh God, no, Cappy.
There we
don't.
go, and first player up. We were just saying Cappy was nowhere close to making it. And does get there before Boo. And we'll see what kind of transition Cappy does want to go to into. Eagles is a natural one.
I think Eagles is the correct play. Both of them making that transition to Imp. There's nothing really for the Cav Archers to hit. And before Imp comes in, right now, they're not that dangerous.
Oh, no patrol for
Oh,
Boo. What is he
man,
doing? Going to lose a lot of numbers. He's only got 20 Cav Archers. Does lose a couple more. Does get away
Look
though.
at that military mass. It's 37 to 19 right now. Yes, Boo has a 2 vil advantage, but that's absolutely nothing compared to the military. And we are still massing up those archers. We are not prepping any transition to Eagle Warriors. We
Nope.
are going full plume for Cappy right now.
Nope. And looking towards Elite Plume does only cost wood and food. Doesn't really cost you anything on the goal, so it does it does a nice job there. Keep production on.
I mean, light cav, obviously you've got to prep light cav as a thing to do. It's one of the stronger options for the Tatars, but is light cav the thing that you want to be moving into right now when there is that mass of plumes on the field? I'm not sure.
Probably needs a castle of his own to try and get the Silk Road, give it a little bit extra pierce armor. I think that's probably his ideal composition, is some sort of Treb,
Yeah.
heavy CA, light cav. His eco is really not set up to do it at the moment, and he's got such a massive difference in terms of military.
It's 1 castle versus 2. It's whether if Cappy goes for the 2 castle Treb production, this can end up real bad for Boo very, very quickly.
Yeah, as JBR said in chat, you might say King Boo is about to come. He has a chance to come back from the damn hell, but I don't know. I don't think it's
either. Like, I mean, this is still completely even.
Wait. Thank you, Grandy, for the sub. Thank you, Grandy.
Grandy, why are
3
you
months.
subbing? Oh my God!
Oh my God! Thank you, Grandy.
This guy. Here's the thing, though. This is still one bad fight away from being completely lost from Cappy. Like, all he needs to do is have one bad Onager shot and knock out half of his plumes, and boom, this game is complete. Yeah, Onagers.
Where'd you get Onagers from?
Well, I'm just hoping that that's something that somebody would be prepping.
Oh.
And if they're not, then they're up shit creek without a paddle, mate, because right now you need something more than just throwing your plumes into a castle.
Well, we do have Trebs coming out, 2 out on the field. Silk Road coming in for Boo now, so we is thinking about that Hussar. Well, I thought about extra Pierce Armour, +4 coming in as well. Only has 19 Capybara just behind it. I was going to say, we have 53 plumes on the field. 53.
It's a lot. Here's the thing, we're down to just 8 vills on gold for King Boo.
Doesn't look good, and if he loses control of this area, where his castle is, it could be over.
It really is. And for game 1.
And there's the Eagle Switch.
I'm so ready. Yeah, let's go.
Eagle Switch.
Chemistry on the way in, so these plumes get extra dangerous. Effectively, max damage upgrades in for these plumes, with the addition of Eagles coming in right now. King Boo, he might have the score lead, but does he have the position lead? I don't think he does.
I would just like to point out, we're in a position, Cappy's in control of the game, and if you look at the Eco KD, it's 0 to 9 to 7 to 0, and he's in the driving seat right now.
I mean, that comes down to the fact that one player has decided to have double the eco idle time of the other. Yes, he will get the Treb snipes, but
potentially
he only takes down one, and these Hussars just die needlessly.
They do tank a bit of damage. Hussar have pretty high pierce. He had in Silk Road as well.
Okay.
They can do well. They can dive.
He takes them all. He takes them all. All of the Treb. Oh no! One Treb stays alive. I thought they were all going down. It was so close. He will keep his castle alive, though. He has enough vills repairing. So now we are in a repair war.
I would really like to see Cappy just pretty much secure his base at this point now. Maybe get some stone walls up. Just totally secure all your home eco. Your food and wood is still very important. The gold is obviously very important in the middle as well. Does have the first trip up. Has a repair villager there now.
I mean, right now he is throwing away those eagles. I think right now you want to be trying to get your mass up. Bear in mind, these Hussar are dying under the castle fire. So, like, it doesn't matter. Keep your plumes there. Start massing up the eagles and then throw your eagles into your opponent's eco, right?
And the one thing it does give away, you can see the upgrades are coming in. The Eagle Bar is already there, so you trickle them in 1 by 3. It gives the opponent a little bit more time to react, because you can see the upgrades, you click on them, it's like, okay, the Eagle Switch is coming. And what can the Tatars really do to the Eagle Switch? What can any Civ do to the Mines Eagle Switch?
And that's it. Like, we are starting to edge further and further away. Look, we have over 1,000. There we go. That's the castle that I was talking about right there at the top.
That is peak Gold Rush. That's what that is.
It is peak Gold Rush. I would prefer if it was on the other side of the gold rather than the front. But, you know, whatever. Okay.
What it does do, though, it also, if that castle does stay up, you can safely deploy your Treb from your own castle from that one, and it'll be in range of your opponent. So if they do want to dive on it, your Treb should be completely safe, in theory. Whereas if it's on the opposite side, it would go. But it looks like the castle is going to go down.
I am really impressed.
And he's... Oh, my.
We're
both very happy right now. We're both very happy.
What's better than one castle? Two fucking castles! King Boo has lost his castle. He has lost his position in the middle. And the 2K player is facing death from Cappy in the yellow. Cappy is playing like Viper with the Mayans.
So when you said King Boo has lost his castle, you could have maybe even stopped that sentence a little bit. It's not looking good.
I should have done.
It's not looking good for him. He still has a decent military mass. 35 Cav Archers, 23 Hussars, 7 more in the queue. 47 plumed archers about to turn into elite.
Oh god!
There's still 33 on gold for Cappy, and the castle was denied in the short term. It should go up.
Like, this is... Bear in mind, there is 136 Vils for Boo, and 130 for Cappy. The military mass slightly favours it, so it's still even, but I would much prefer a mass of plumes and eagles than anything that the Tatars are currently throwing out. The military mass is not there.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it though, 0 idle villagers for Boo, 42 for Cappy. He was up at 50 not too long ago. He does have some problems in his home base because there is some openings. You know, the Tatars Hussar can just absolutely swing by so much pierce armor and just cause some raids here, there, and there. Do we have any kind of defensive buildings up from Cappy? Not too much.
He needs a castle in his base.
I think he maybe needs to react, but the CA are also in the middle as well, so maybe just send a few plumes home to try and deal with it, or does he put up some defensive barracks in the meantime?
He's got the res for a defensive castle. Defensive castle in the middle of that eco, and the raids are done.
Well, for King Boo he does, of course, and then is the defensive castle going up for Cappy, so...
I'm not a fan of that castle. Pijoff, scroll the heck back to that castle so I can judge it. Why is that castle at the front? The Cav can dive past that. Why is that castle not in the middle of that eco?
I feel like I'd prefer it in the middle, and if you still have a little bit extra stone, why not just stone wall the base?
Yeah.
I think you get the same value. You can have another pushing point. I would say you double down in the middle with the castles.
We're going to lose all of these
you
traps.
You could potentially triple down with the castles, and it would make diving for tribs a lot more difficult for Boo.
Boo is wiping out the mass.
Yeah, and he's still got good production in the Hussar line, but he does have 0 on gold right now. Nada, nothing, zero.
Ooh. Look, I love the play, I love the engagements, the fact that he's knocking out the mass of plumes and he's keeping his Cav Archer mass high. However, not being on gold means that he is indeed up Shit Creek without a paddle.
Yeah, and he's going to find out the castle is trying to go for another raid. He's going to probably find a few villagers there. No, it's going to make a massive difference at this point of the game.
Who cares when you've got 137 vills? Like,
I'd like
you
to
lose
see
20, you don't give a shit.
Yes, I'd like to see Cappy make a little bit more of a move here. Stonewalls, please make Stonewalls, please. Just
please.
If you have a university, just...
Oh, God!
Just...
Oh, God, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, God! Oh, God! We said we'd lose 20, but... Please don't actually lose 20. That would be really, really uncomfortable for us all.
But it really shows you that you have to expand out the map here in the wood. He does have a lot of wood still left in his home base, but it's probably worthwhile for you to have some wood and some stone flooring, just stick up a TC, because before you know it, 10 villagers could be down to the damn hell.
Cappy wishes he has as much wood as he normally gives me each time I see him. Look at those stone walls. Those are quick stone walls. The damage is not that high. Anyway, hey.
I've been waiting for them. I've been waiting for the stone walls.
There.
I don't know why it's taking so long. It's
Tiny
just
little
such...
hole. No, oh, God, the amount of freaking noggin.
I think this is where stone walls do fall back. Everyone needs to be up, but for me, they are literally the most underrated thing in the game. They're so cheap.
There's a reason why they're banned in several deathmatch tournaments, is because when it comes down to it, stone walls and bombard towers are genuinely absurdly strong.
And do you know what's also very strong? Plumes and Krebs. Castle goes down for Boo. He's just going to go for a complete reactionary castle on the left-hand side, which should be out of the field of view of Cappy. I don't know where the villagers are coming from, but the foundation has been set.
It's just not securing him anything, right?
He's literally on Hussar and trying to keep the Cav Archers alive.
He is up the shit creek without the paddle that we were talking about.
Yeah, and upgrades are now coming in for the Eagles. I feel like a lot of this is going to depend on Squeaker. If he can just get some Eagle raids going in, full upgrades, maybe looking towards El Dorado, it should be... He's still in control of the game. He's still in the driving seat.
What do you transition to if you're Boo, right? Like, what do? You can't go champions. You can't deal with this. God, imagine if you had Marlians. Oh, God, I've knocked my crack in over. Imagine if you pick Marlians. You could finally pick your champions and you could get this. But no, you didn't. You picked Tatars.
He's not going to pick Marlians.
No, because he couldn't.
I'm sorry.
Because Cappy has it. Cappy picked Marlian, so Boo couldn't pick
I know
them.
you want the shirt for Malians, but the only thing Boo can really do is keep spamming Hussar.
Well,
Sometimes you've got to keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best.
yeah, well, right now he's hoping to not get absolutely clapped, and Cappy is in the driving seat. He has the military mass, he has the trebs, he has the castles, and Cappy, the lower-rated player, is currently in the driving force of Game 1 of Cappy versus Boo.
But it doesn't seem like it, and either way, considering, I wouldn't say the first 50 minutes was a disaster, but it certainly did not go to plan.
No.
It did not go to plan at all, and look at the position he's in. PopCap currently, as long as Squeaker, Cappy, whatever you want to call him, deals with the CA, the game should be absolutely done.
I mean, what do you do right now? I mean, this is good. This is very good. I'm saying it's very good. We can afford to lose as many Hussar as possible. Any plumes that we kill is good.
There's a second best tech in the game is architecture. Sorry, that's an amazing tech.
The problem is that it doesn't matter if we kill the plumes if we don't have gold. The fact that Cappy has gold, even if he loses a small mass of plumes, he has the res to make more, to make eagles, to keep that pressure on. And so right now, Boo is so far on the back foot that this is not a 2K player versus an 1800. This is a prepped player versus...
Murder holes. Sorry, interrupt. Murder holes.
Another prepped player.
Murder holes coming in for Cappy, and that will just help deal with any of the Hussar that do dive underneath.
There's so many castles around the eco.
It's almost like Cappy's starting to boost his score with so many techs. He's trying to scare his opponent into resigning.
I think that's a perfectly reasonable play right now, is going for the scare.
I mean,
King
at this
Boo
point,
has
it could be
72 vills on food. He is so going to have to lean into the eco of Hussar.
All he can make is Hussar, and he's got the siege ram upgrade now. Of course, only cost food, which is fantastic, but still 75 gold with a pop, and with 0 on gold for so much time recently. Where is he going to get it? The only thing he can get it from is the mark, and has still a lot of resources to get there. So I really feel that Boo's only got one big push to make left.
Siege ram! Here's the big push that you were talking about, the siege ram and cav archers. This is a great play, especially because the mass of Eagle Warriors has fallen down. We are even, so we can actually genuinely pressure. We're having to manually micro this, considering that the attack is coming in with the Hussars. The plume mass is genuinely dying right now, and we cannot stop the siege rams. This is an amazing push from King Boo.
But
look at
Eagles are coming in. Eagles are coming in. Trebs are patrolling backwards and forwards. I don't know what's going on there, but they can't make their mind up. Rams do fall. 7 left on the field. 1 more in the queue. I think it's going to be enough. It's only barracks that are being targeted at the moment. Pop is starting to drop for Boo. I think after this one, it could be the end.
That's it.
But Boo is forcing up more houses, even though he's got 200 pop.
That was a good play. That was a very, very good play. But now that the Eagle Warriors are out in mass, the Trebs are on the way out. We didn't manage to lose enough of the production buildings. King Boo very much on the back foot right now. Do you feel like this is a game where these are two players with a near enough 400 rating difference between them?
No, and you look at the eco KD, that's what it reflects. 18 villager kills for Cappy. 69 dead, nice. Pretty nice for Boo. Or wait, no it's not, because he's massively behind right now, and the game does simply look over. Squeaker's played a blinder considering the start. He's adding TCs now, just securing the woods line. Just in case, all Boo can make is Hussar, so it's the only danger for him. Secure your base, secure your villagers, and spam.
There is much spam.
Oh god, Boo. Oh my god.
This is, what an amazing play from Cappy. This makes this a genuinely competitive Game 1, Series 1 of the LAN Madness semi-finals, Grandy?
Semi-finals.
Fucking
yep.
Semi-finals, holy moly.
And at this point, I feel like we're already starting to look towards Game 2. 200 pop versus 138. For me, this game is as good as over. I think for Boo, maybe he's starting to look towards the strongest map that he has, and could be Islands, and the GG is called 1-0.
And there we go. Cappy gets game 1. The lower rated player coming in so hard, he doesn't give 2 toots. He is showing King Boo that King Boo is a freaking noob.
Well, I almost did see a smirk just merge across the face there, and I would not be blaming him because that's a good confidence boost to have. But it's only one game.
It is only one game, and this might. But it's very telling of the preparation that these players have. Thank you. I've got two. Like, these are 2 players that have turned who have turned up with preparation. These are 2 players that have both sat there and planned out their games. These are 2 players that know what they are doing. And genuinely, this is so exciting to see these guys rock up. And game 1 is over. I would make suggestions for something to happen because I need to go and have a wee, but there is nobody there to cover, so...
Who would have thought Mines would have been the last pick of the draft, game 1, and then...
And they get the win.
And get the win.
But we predicted it because the Mayans are such a good pick for game 1 in that match setup.
Mines are Mayans.
Mayans are Mayans. They are one of the strongest 1v1 civs, which means that we go into Islands. So we've got a matchup between... Do you think Italians, Vikings?
I would be very surprised if it's not.
If it wasn't Italians, Vikings, I will not eat my hat.
I mean, Squeaker does have options. I would be expecting Byzantines on Cape of Storms. Fire ships are very, very strong there. Secondary option could be Dravidians, but Italians, much better throughout every age. Would be feeling expecting them there. Vikings, the clear option for Boo, but Saracens, maybe some sort of landing meta. Even the galleys are very strong as well. Could be some mind games there if he did pick them.
If he did pick them.
We'll soon find out. But I know it's a very strong map for Boo. It's also a very strong map for the Capybara.
That's the thing. Cappy coming in hot. Maybe he goes into the 2nd or the 3rd with a 2-0 streak. That would be so good.
Could you imagine the Capybara with 3 match points?
Could you imagine Boo getting knocked out in the semis? This overconfident young fella coming into the finals without a win, because he wouldn't be there because he'd be out.
No, he's in the semi-finals, Tommy.
Yeah, no, but he wouldn't reach the finals because he'd be out because Squeaker would be there.
Yes, sorry. Yes. Sorry.
No, it's not
Sometimes
your fault.
the casting synergy isn't...
Yeah, no, I worded that really bad.
It doesn't always work out, you know?
Look, if we could have afforded, like, genuine, like, real casters, we would have done. But unfortunately, we're stuck here with me, and Paradox is the good one.
I cost a pretty penny.
I know, you were the pretty penny, and I'm the...
You're a penny pincher.
Exactly, I'm the penny pincher that we had at the side. It's because we spent all of our pennies on my costume instead of spending it on getting a decent
I did say I'm
caster.
feeling extremely underdressed.
I mean, I would have given you my hat, but it fell over somewhere.
Sounds like we're in game 2.
I hear noise.
Sounds like a house being built.
I have always wanted to build a house. The other thing that I wanted to build was a toilet, but unfortunately we're not going to get a toilet this time. We're going to get a game.
No surprise, 2 strongest Civs players on the map.
Burst.
Italians versus Vikings.
I'm going to make this better by drinking more. No, it's okay. I'm pouring things. Everybody, thankfully it's Ireland, so I'll have a few moments to...
Yes, if you do need to go and chill out, get yourself a little drink,
yeah, we'll
go and turn on the microwave. Now is the time, because all you're going to see is Cappy and King Boo pushing some deer. And do you know what? It's actually kind of relaxing.
It is kind of relaxing. We can all appreciate a bit of Italians versus Vikings. And we will see you all in about 3.5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes.
Or hours.
When something gets interesting.
Well, I would be expecting both players to go for the feudal age pressure on this one. Boo, I do know, loves going for his side dogs with Vikings. Cappy, we'll see what he does do. Maybe going for the side dog option as well. But can get up a little bit earlier with Italians, which is really nice for that early pressure.
It's a bit of a rough map for Vikings going for the back section. There isn't a lot that is covered. Like we're very, very even. So the north side has a little bit more fish, but not much. Vikings really land in their own when they've got a kind of half of the map. And there's not really the half of the map for Vikings this time.
I don't mind it for Boo, but I do know that Boo loves going for a side dock, and a side dock isn't incredibly accessible right now for him. It's a big distance between the TC. It's definitely not on from the left. Ideally, you do want to access that from longer range in the game, because there's such a tight distance between the water and the land. So if you get a castle on the left-hand side, pretty much secures your left flank.
I mean, there's space for it.
There is definitely space for it. But where's he going to go for the dock? And it looks like a back dock for Boo, which is not Boo-like at all.
He's got to be feeling on the back foot after game one, where the pressure came in from Cappy so damn hard.
Has that affected his mindset? I think you really got to consider that, because he is a heavy favourite, and he's down 1-0.
I mean, we're saying heavy, but I don't think he's that fat. I think he's quite a slender boy when it comes down to it.
Sorry, what did you say?
Heavy favourite.
Oh, okay, sorry.
As opposed to the slim favourite. No, here's the thing. These are two players that know how to play these games. These are two players that come in with the preparation of not coming in like blind. They have looked at what their opponent might pick. And yes, okay, it's Vikings versus Italians, the literally most predictable picks that you could possibly get for it.
And potentially game one as well, right? Nothing to this left field. Both players doing the same build, though. This is the King Boo build. 2 villagers on the shorefish on the dock. Gives you a little bit faster food on the way up to the feudal age. It is a King Boo build.
I've never seen 2
It is a King Boo build.
And I hope to see that soon, after I have very quickly escaped and had a wee.
I would just like to confirm that we do have the 2 villagers on the dock for King Boo, right in the bottom on his back dock. It certainly is there for Cappy, but we all know where he got the idea. If there's only 1 villager there for Boo, that is a little bit of a surprise. Or there is 2. Oh my god, dog, man, oh my god. But Boo is having to push his deer in from behind the wood line. What about a pain in the ass? But he's certainly got the Minecraft to deal with it. Is it going to be a back dog into galleys, or even going for a straight FC into longboats would be kind of crazy? I guess losing game 1 does give you a little bit of a difference of a mindset in terms of how much risk you do want to play for. But back dog for Cappy as well could also potentially be a fast castle. And it's a lot easier for Italians to get up through the ages. Cheaper upgrades. Feudal Age is cheaper. Castle Age is cheaper too. Does Cappy maybe now go for a higher risk strategy that he is 1 game up? Fully understanding maybe his chances aren't as high on islands, but we'll soon find out. Feudal Age is on the way for both. Same timings on the way up. And pretty much the exact same amount of time. So there's very little difference in the build, despite Italians getting a little bit of a discount on the food going up to Feudal Age. And we do welcome back Tom Snuffles to the captain booth.
I never left. I literally just stood here and weed myself. Anyway, I'm sorry. Oh, the look that I had from Grandy then. I just died inside. It's fine. The Twitch chat appreciates that, I'm sure. Anyway, I mean, this is pretty even, right? Cappy.
It's dead even. It's
Cappy
almost the exact same strategy for both.
Has not dropped himself 1 minute, other than for 2 seconds of idle TC time, which is effectively nothing. If I could get 2 seconds of idle TC time by minute 20, I would be a better player.
And it just looks back to galleys from both, 15 on wood. Decent amount of food for both players though, so we'll see how heavy they do want to invest in the Feudal Age, and maybe want to try and accelerate to Castle Age as quickly as possible. Of course, Vikings do have a fantastic eco to get wheelbarrow straight off the bat. A little more relevant to farms, but Italians can just get there so quickly with the cheaper upgrade. We'll see what it is, but it's so important in these Feudal Age engagements for the ships.
Boo is not on gold yet.
And he even took Loom. What is he doing, man? It's Island. You don't need Loom to Castle Age or Imperial Age. Come on, man.
I mean, that was him cuddling. That was him cuddling his idle time. He's there having a snuggle. No, that's him covering his idle time. But the fact that he was so late onto gold compared to Cappy means that he is late making military mass.
And he's housed. There's no...
Ooh. And
Ooh, and he's forced. You're forced to take Town Watch in that instance. You always get a little bit. Maybe will help for a landing. Does get the Blasphemous now. Is the Blasphemous up from Boo yet already? It's already going. So looks like Squeaker will get there first, which is massive for these first engagements, and it's going to be a decent lead to Fletcher. And I think is it maybe 3 dogs to Cappy in the back. I see he's extended out towards the left-hand side.
And
if we can take a little look there at the back.
Cappy's still going for the back stuff. Who's coming in with like a whole darn box of stuff? Like they just walked in with a massive box of
Tom,
things.
that's not. Hey, Tom. The Islands game right now. 3 dogs to the back for Boo.
Yeah.
How many do we have at the back from Cappy, please? We have 1 there, 2 there, and 1 more at the left. Yes.
Yeah, that's 3 back
3 dogs for both.
And so we might die of boredom in the next hour.
No,
anyway.
Sorry. This is absolutely peak
This is
gaming.
so exciting.
This is peak gaming for Islands. As long as fire galleys are in the bin, we do have galleys and we have Fletching on both. Let's just hope we don't get to Castle Age where we have Charmander evolving to Chameleon, which is a galley going to Charmander going to Chameleon, and it's just it's horrible. Who wants the galley turned into a war galley?
Charmander is like
obviously
got to be everybody's
He's so cute, but ferocious, a little bit temperamental, like a galley. Doesn't always move right, but a war galley is just so clunky, heavy. Nobody loves him. It's like, get out.
Rather
get in the
keep a
sea.
mass of like 8 Charmanders than a mass of 8 Charmeleons.
Of course you would.
I just think
Of course
that's
you would.
absolute sense.
Nobody likes war galley. If you do, get out. It's just not right.
Hoodie Craw, he likes war galleys.
No, he doesn't. Galleys in the back for both players, though. So let's see what kind of damage you do get. Looks like it's just military on military for now. 4 fish chips for both players. So we'll see who's going to get up to. Is Cappy going to greet this with selling some stone? And he is. He's going to try and get up to Castle Age. Should pretty much have enough if he sells 100 more wood after the next drop off from the gold villagers.
Is it
And
worth
both
it?
players going to try and get up to Castle Age absolutely ASAP because the upgrades are massive.
I mean, they're like neck and neck, right? Who do you favour going into Castle Age? Do you prefer the Vikings or the Italians?
I generally prefer
The Vikings?
I prefer Italians.
What?
Cheaper upgrades, really nice, especially when you're accelerating yourself to Castle Age at this point. 15 minutes, your eco is not great. So for the Vikings, it's going to take a little bit more to afford everything. You're thinking full price for War Galley. You ideally want to get Carina at some point. Yep. You also want to get Bodkin. You want to get Ballistics. A lot of these things are cheaper for Italians. Makes it a little bit easier. And the fire ship switch is coming in. And what do you need for fire ship? A couple of things. You need War Galley, you need Carina, and you're golden. You don't need to think about Ballistics. Ballistics in the sea, literally in the sea.
Ballistics can fall off a cliff, but here's the thing. I am a lover of the longboat switch, right? And it's such an easy switch to do for the Vikings. And it means that Vikings in Castle Age start to clap so hard.
But do you make a longboat switch after already investing in so many ships? Let's not forget, War Galley is still a very expensive upgrade. It's like 250 food, 100 gold. When your food is already on the absolute limit, do you want to make that investment even further? And then make a switch to longboats. You probably just want to streamline towards one thing. But if let's say in a situation you have 0 galleys on the field, it makes more sense to then just go to longboats. You don't have anything else to play into. But when you've already made a big investment in galleys, you're still adding the galleys on the way up. Numbers are very important in the water engagements.
I have to say, do you know whose water engagements have been better so far?
I mean, looking at the KD, you would say slight for Boo, but
it's actually Cappy.
Yeah.
I think Cappy's actual engagements have been slightly better. Because Cappy should have been knocked for 6. But instead of being knocked for 6, he's actually landing really, really comfortably, and the game is still completely even, hitting Castle Age.
Well, he's not landing. He's
watering.
Yes.
Like
he's not
me.
landing yet. He could be. Soon. It's not really his style, especially when you're investing into fire ships. Like I said, he's actually going for the Bodkin as well, but things are just so cheap for Italians. He's got the War Galley upgrade, Careening coming in now as well, and Boo is going for fast ballistics from the university. And I don't expect either player to add the TC, but we will soon find out.
The thing that I appreciate is the fact that the fire galley mass is starting to come in for Cappy.
Yes, fire ships, just look how much they tank. That is a big mass of war galleys, and of course the war galleys are firing behind for Cappy as well. So one fire ship in the front just does so much, it just tanks so much. Look, that's so many of them, and just it's like 3 or 4 volleys. The war galleys should be firing on the back, but ballistics is a huge one. That should make things a little bit easier for Boo.
Ballistics is absolutely dirty. And the thing is we've got the fire ships coming in, but it's not like the military mass is actually favouring Cappy right now. And here's the thing, Vikings, they have the mass that we can now start to do that transition to longboats, because we have such a military mass for the actual war galleys that the fire galleys, unless they are massed, will never reach them. And so the swing starts to come in for King Boo, and the Vikings start to take the stage.
Yeah, and largely it's just down to the map position. You know, if you have your dogs near you, it's a lot easier. You have that defender's advantage. More ships can just come in. Once you get good engagement, you have a numbers advantage, then you can start to switch. Ballistics is already in, so the longbow switch starts to make a little bit more sense. The ships for Cappy have to travel halfway across the map. It's not ideal by any switch. Boo is feeling so comfortable right now, he even adds a second TC.
Nerd. That doesn't surprise me, he is a nerd.
But the military difference at this point, 24 to 10, is really looking on edge.
I mean,
it's really looking on edge for Squeaky. He's up to 10 fire ships, but when you have 19 more galleys, 6 longboats out, they've got all the upgrades that they do need in Castle Age.
I mean, losing the longboats to the fire ships is not what you want to be doing. But here's the thing, is that longboat switch in Castle Age is so dirty. And 26 military to 8.
And it's also very dirty in Imperial Age as well. That's what the unit King Boo does want to go for. I would actually love to see him add a few docks into the front now as well, just for a little bit easier to cause some pressure onto Cappy's face.
The problem is when Italians hit Imp and fast fires come out, that's when things start getting a bit dicey. If there's enough docks on the field to start to mass fast fires really, really quickly, because the amount of damage that the longboats and the galleons can do in Imp is not quite enough to deal with a massive of fast fires.
Provided there is a mass there, right? And Cappy is going for that switch, but he's got 3 fire ships out in the field. 2 of them are about to die. So he's going to YOLO for Imp, and he's not going to have any military on the field. So is he generally going to go for this upgrade here and try to get to Imperial Age?
I think right now King Boo is not only in the driving seat, but he is in the driving seat and he has stolen Cappy's paddle.
And so Cappy is out. He's in the booster seat. That's what he's at.
Yeah, Cappy is in the booster seat. Oh God, I wish I was so clever to come up with so witty things to say. Because the booster seat is definitely in for Cappy, and Cappy has actually fallen off it.
And even then, I think he only has 4 dogs in the back here. It's also not something that can cause like a terrible amount of pressure. Boo is going to wipe out the fishing ships. There's going to be pretty much only the food eco on the homeland for Cappy. You're also looking at villager difference now of 10. 39 to 1 military difference.
It's just...
For me, I don't care if he's getting Imperial Aid, if he's getting to get fast fire. I think the game is pretty much done at this point. It's going to be really hard to come back.
Maybe if there was a castle on the front, right? If there was, on the way to Imp, if there was a castle on the front...
Yes.
For Cappy, I'd be like, okay, we can deal with this. We've got some security, but right now the docks are being pressured. We have no landing. We have
can
no
deny everything he wants.
Yeah, absolutely. The Vikings have once again, like the Malians, come in and just been like, yeah, what? Are you playing the game? Fuck you, I'm the best.
I mean, they're both S-tier serves on islands, but I think Boo just had the better game plan at the end of the day. Cappy did make a switch a little bit early, potentially didn't have massive numbers getting into fire ships, but it's understandable. It is understandable. Fire ships going to be a really strong power spike going into Castle Age when you're playing it up against galleys.
It was very much a respectable play, but
didn't have a lot of numbers.
That is absolutely it. It's the numbers landing, and I do feel like there is very little that Cappy can do.
Imp into GG, I think it's...
Yeah, Imp into GG. That's a me strategy.
I think it maybe is imminent to GG.
Lands an imp, starts squeaking.
But Cappy knows when to get loose.
Was that Luke?
He knows when to go, and it is imminent to GG. Kingboo does take it 1-1, and we did say when the click up did come, it's like, you're clicking Imperial, you don't have a lot of military.
Absolutely.
What do you want to upgrade units when you get there? There was no units there to upgrade. And Boo, he does take the map he's most comfortable on. It was a very comfortable map for Squeaker as well.
They did well. Like that was a good game too, to land this. And look at their faces. Both of them serious, determined.
Another smirk from
Another
the Capybara. Oh my!
Maybe he's like listening out. Maybe they.
Well, he can't because he's got earmuffs on, of course.
No, maybe he's cheating.
No, no. Does that look like a face of a cheater? No, it does not. Come on.
I mean, Cappy, look at us now, please.
Exactly. But Boo's looking very relaxed. He's got the face of a competitor, and he's won each now. Chalk off game 1. Forget about it. If there's going to be a time you want to lose a game in a best of 5, it's always going to be game 1.
Yeah.
It's all about momentum in these kind of sets. Not that I would know that.
I mean, who's ever managed to get momentum in a game?
Well, I'm talking about the momentum of a set.
Yeah, well, it's certainly not us.
And the game.
And the game. And the game. And what do you feel? Okay, thank you, bird.
The bird is also like...
It's quite aggressive.
It's very horizontal, let's put it that way.
Look, he's as drunk as I am.
You wouldn't have been drinking Coca-Cola.
Yes, I would never drink anything alcoholic. This is entirely a sober stream.
No. What do you think the next home map is from the Capybara here?
I don't remember what their maps were.
Cape of Storms?
Cape of Storms?
Potentially could be it. We'll soon find out. Looking likely. Yeah. Looking at the civilizations for both, I'm maybe thinking that Malians did just that to deny. So when you have a spare civilization, of course.
I mean, Cape of Storms.
I'd be expecting Byzantines, in all honesty.
I would expect Byzantines as well.
But even Dravidians could work as well. That really super solid early game in Feudal Age. Could go for mass archers. You can still apply pressure on water. For Boo, I'm probably thinking Saracens, and he loves his galleys.
You think Saracens?
I think Saracens.
I think Hindustanis.
And it is Cape of Storms. So we do have a hybrid map.
So we do have a hybrid map.
And not just any hybrid map, a hybrid map with hills. On the water!
Should have been Tatars. Oh my god, it should have been Tatars. We could have got a competition.
Tartar galleys, guys. On Cape of Storms. This is the way.
I think the real way is knowing that were we right, we will find out in 3, 2, 1. Huns.
Versus Malians! Let's go! Cappy's going in for the win. There's not a chance. The Huns are going to get absolutely crushed. There's not a single chance for the Huns to win. The Malians are too strong.
Do you like Malians by any chance?
No, I think they're a really weak civ.
Huh. Well, they are quite strong in this one. I will leave you for 2 seconds to get that. I'm going to quickly nip to the loo.
You're going to escape.
So you can do a fantastic job on the intros. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so we have Cappy in the yellow playing as the Malians, literally the strongest civ in Age of Empires. There is not a single civ that is stronger than the Malians, especially in 1v1. Anybody that has any questions about that is wrong. But so far, we are 2 minutes into the game. No idle TC time at all. Both players coming into this third game in this series incredibly strong. Now, when it comes down to it, though, Malians versus Huns. Huns, an incredibly strong hybrid pick. The fact that you don't need to have any houses means that you can throw down a dock pretty comfortably. And this is a map that kind of aggression from feudal to early Castle Age lands really, really well. So I am very much interested in seeing how well the Huns will do facing up against the pure terror that is the Malians in late feudal to early Castle Age, because there is not a civ that is more intimidating than the Malians, as long as Cappy decides to go full man-at-arms into longswords. Now, if he picks any other strategy, it is not as good. Man-at-Arms into longsword, that's his win condition. He needs to have the advantage of pure, powerful man-at-arms and longswords. If he does not go for the man-at-arms into longswords, he will be leaning into cavalry, which the Huns can actually do better. Yes, okay, fine. The Malians have camels. The Malians have other options that can actually throw the Huns off their gameplay, but no! Longswords are the real thing. Look, don't shake your head at me. You know that it is true. Okay, a little bit of engagement. Boo trying to deny the dock, and has at least denied a little bit of the timing on it. Boo gets the dock up first. Cappy missing out on the dock himself for a good 20 seconds. I don't think it will make a huge amount of difference right now, but it will make a little bit of difference when it comes down to getting that first fishing ship out. Unfortunately, King Boo is now dealing with the fact that his scout has next to no HP, 9 HP versus the 45 of Cappy. I am so excited for this. Like, honestly, of all of the games that we've had so far, Malians versus Huns, Game 3, Cappy versus Boo is probably the most exciting series for me that we're going to cast this entire tournament. I don't care. Like, this is an amazing player in King Blue who is coming in with strategies and experience and high quality gameplay versus Cappy playing as obviously the best Civ in the game.
Tom.
Yes.
I'm back. How are we doing?
Well, everybody's had to listen to me preaching at them for the last maybe minute and a half about how amazing the Malians are. Can you maybe tell us how good the Huns can do on this map?
Well, they're very flexible, so of course you don't have to put houses up, and I think as the whole EVO player, everyone can appreciate the frustration of. Could you make an impression of the house sound, the housed sound, the housed?
I mean, the house sound for me goes like this. I've done it again. Oh God, I'm house. Damn it! And that happens every maybe 30 seconds.
And it's honestly it is a really nice bonus. It scales a lot better as the game goes on, of course, especially if you add more TCs. But the fact that you don't have to have attention on making houses means your attention can go elsewhere. And on a hybrid map where you're going to be fighting on water and on land, it's one less thing for you to worry about.
I think that Huns happen to be quietly one of the best hybrid civs that you can get, purely because they don't need to build houses.
They are. They generally are.
However, when you are a lower rated player, the fact that the Huns can't build houses happens to be one of their biggest weaknesses. I don't think that will really matter in this matchup.
Especially when you try and play another civilization.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, nearly 10 minutes into the game. I want to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat who's been here watching. We've been like in between 30 and 40. Absolutely fantastic. If you do see anybody else, give them a little link.
Give them a bit of
Madness. It's a massive event. It's been absolutely fantastic so far.
All I'm saying is I'm seeing that Piggy Platypus is in the chat and they are not subscribed, which is a great insult to how much work has gone into this tournament.
If anybody's Prime gamers,
yeah, they should be subscribing.
We're not going to say that explicitly. You know what to do. You know what to do, and I wish the viewers could see how animated we are right now.
We are so animated, almost as animated as Cappy is. Building an archery range in the right-hand corner of the map. We are going to have some aggressive archer play from the Capster.
I know, I love it.
You say you love it, but do you know what archers are? They're not man-at-arms.
They're not man-at-arms, you're right.
What is this play? This weak-ass play.
You are right. And look, there's a couple of subscriptions. Agent Nib TV, massive YouTube content.
Yeah, we're all about Treadmill. Thank you, Treadmill, for the subscription.
The Amarin Club, thank you very much, Treadmill. Appreciate that one. And the archers will be coming out soon for Cappy. Doesn't have a blacksmith up yet. Fletching will be massive on these archers. Not particularly a unit you can scale with Malians up into Imperial Age. Do miss the final attack upgrade. That is braces, of course. We'll see how this one kind of goes. I don't know if Boo has any vision on that at all, if we can maybe check that one.
I mean, does it even matter, though? Because, yes, we're walled. I mean, I'm really impressed with the wall-off. Like, that, the wall-off for Cappy is absolutely amazing, forcing the scouts to go all the way round. However, the scouts can just go all the way round.
But that is the beauty of scouts, though, is they've got the ability right. The thing for me, I'm really surprised to see Boo not go for the middle wood, I feel like I've seen a lot of games in Cape of Storms at this point, and it feels like he's only just moving now. At minute 13, should be able to pick a villager, should be able to... Can Cappy get the wall in? Needs to get a bit of surround. There is also one more villager up towards the north. That villager should go down.
This is rough. This is some good scout pressure from the
recognise
booster.
that there should be more, potentially more villagers there. Good reaction from Cappy though. Needs to get a couple of. That's an odd second house if you ask me. Could maybe just go for a house and more palisade there and would completely secure the gold. We will see what he maybe wants to go for here. Does have 4 scouts. Is there archers applying any pressure at King Boo just yet? No, still mounting up some numbers, but there is fletching on them already. And look, that's what I'm talking about. The walls there are a little bit odd, and there might still be a gap there in between the acacia trees.
There is definitely
which I think they're acacia. They are!
Whoa!
I know my Age of Empires trees.
Paradox. He is practically a botanist. He sees a tree, he knows a tree.
And there is I would love to say...
What?
Baobab. I always struggle with it.
Well, don't we all?
The baobab. I don't know. I always struggle with the baobab.
Here's the thing: King Boo not currently struggling. The pressure will be onto the fish.
It should be.
It should be.
It looks like the 2 fishing ships just hanging around for Cappy. In the meantime. The actual fire ship's not getting any damage here. I believe the fire ships do not get the hull damage on the elevation on the waters, only the galleys.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure Fangita, that's what he told me. So
somebody
in
chat, tell us because we must know.
I will just say that is what Fangita told me. Fangita is some sort of smurf, doesn't play a lot of 1v1s, but is a pretty good player.
I will say that
I will take his word for it.
When Fangita arrived, the entire internet
stopped,
in
and
the
that
building
is massive damage on the marcher. Sorry to interrupt
you
there.
God!
And 1 villager down, 2 villager down. Is Boo going to react? Should be 2, potentially 3. Boo's having to move backwards into the range.
This is massive. This is 4 vills down right there. King Boo falls behind in the villager mass because Cappy gets the damage down.
And can we take a quick look at the scouts on the opposite side? Are they getting any more? Do move around. Should find that extra villager there. Yes. And there's still villagers walling from Cappy, and might be, unfortunately, your skirmishers out in the meantime from Boo.
Bad micro.
Doesn't have massive numbers, but Castle Age coming in from Boo 1 minute off.
This is really, like, that was a military fight that King Boo should have taken every single day of the week, but Cappy managed to get the better engagement. Scout managing to push back the skirms, the villagers still being pressured by the archers. This is really rough for King Boo.
And Boo's on that transition to Imperial Age. Oh my God, Castle Age, where Huns can really shine, you know, where the eco to have the houses, like I said, really does make a big difference. But there's doesn't
have enough food to make a decent number of knights.
What is the switch here? We've already seen a range out, and he is going for some knights. A couple of knights could just get the clear up on the archers, of course.
That's fine. This will clear up. This was bad control of the archers. These archers will all die.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was a good engagement there for King Boo. He is stabilized. These archers can't do a significant amount of damage. He's managed to remove the fishing ships.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Is that a sneak bait? And he doesn't even see a single...
Oh no, he sees the stable.
I don't even care. It's only 1 building. Look how much is there. He's got 2 more archery ranges and another stable. This is a full feudal play from Cappy. He's got 2 stables down. He's got 7 people on, or 7 villages. I don't care what they are. 7 things on food right now, and he's got 2 stables back.
But imagine if he'd never seen that. If he hadn't baited those units back towards where he was building.
Potentially, yes.
It would have been invisible. It would have come storming out, and it would have absolutely slapped King Boo, but that didn't happen. So
I feel like this might be a step too far for Squeaker. I know Malian buildings are, look at that, it's very cheeky, walling in the units and just hitting them over the walls, but Cav archers are ready out for Boo. I know Malian buildings are very cheap on the wood, right?
Yeah.
But this feels like a step too far.
Yeah, but look, we've got archery range, stable. How many of those buildings are barracks?
But it's a fair point.
Exactly. So clearly, Cappy doesn't understand how to play Malians, so he's going to lose right now because he is not playing Malians to their strength. Do you know what their strength is? I'll tell you what their strength is. It's full man-at-arms into longswords. If you don't play the man-at-arms into longswords, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's going to look a really tough situation now, especially when Cappy is so far away from Castle Age. It looks like Cav Archer will be the final kind of straw here. How walled is Cappy? Is it single layers? Pretty much. Starting to add some walls behind it now, but he pretty much is next to 0 military, man. 5 to 17 at this point. Boo is still behind in villagers. I would be interested if he keeps his throttle on the military or adds a TC behind this. No one in the position he's in, but Cappy should be clicking up to Castle Age very soon. Oh my... Refresh lumber camp, please. Go to the middle.
Why have we only got 6?
Go to the middle.
Just, you're walled. Just take your advantage.
You have control of the game, right? Go to the middle. And Cappy is the one going, stone walls! Stone walls! Yes.
That's a good choice. It's a good choice. We love the stone walls. Here's the thing. Malians, you're coming into Castle Age. You land in Castle Age. That's the Malian strongest age. Of all of the ages.
No, we have what is the quintessential Malian unit?
Everybody says Camp Skull.
It's not even exact. It's not even got an official name. It's not even what the unit is called. They are only available in village. But the real answer is
longsword in Castle Age. Absolutely.
The real answer is non-bracer elite skirm. But King Boo does take the win. The game was the writing was on the wall. The game was King Boo's. He does come back from 1 game down, 2-1 up now, and now he is the one with 1 match point.
I mean, here's the thing. How dare he throw away the most egregious advantage that you can have? You have the Malians. It is an immediate civ win in every single context. So losing out on that has to really sting when you know that you should have absolutely got the win.
What do you think looking at the body language of each player? Boo is looking extremely relaxed. A couple of little cheeky smirks.
To be honest,
from Squeaker again. What is going through his mind right now?
I am surprised that Boo is still wearing shoes.
I don't know who would ever take her shoes off right now. It seems like a crazy thing to do.
It's like Boo looks like he's ready to be wearing some sandals and maybe having a nap.
I'm really disappointed if there's one thing the viewers can't see at home is the absolute stupidity of Boo's setup. But you can maybe see, if you look really closely and you maybe pause the video and zoom in, his mouse and his keyboard, they're not exactly gaming friendly, are they? They look like something out of your high school computing class, IT class, whatever you want to call it. And we're back in camera.
Well, I don't think that Boo has ever looked at a camera in his life.
Well, the thing is, when you're a ghost, you generally...
Yeah, I mean...
it's very hard for you to get on camera, right? Like, get caught on camera, should I say.
If he gets caught on camera, he gets booed, and he's not down for that. As we saw by the fact that he is now 2 games up to 1, going into potentially the final game of the series.
And the finals.
And then the finals.
And the finals. If he wins, he's in.
Which would not be a surprise.
And it's for Squeaker, it's lose.
Would be a surprise.
Or win, and if you lose, you go home.
Here's the thing, though. In none of these games has Squeaker been so far behind, maybe other than the last one, so far behind, and it shouldn't have been. That's because he made like archers and cav instead of man-at-arms. But in none of them has Squeaker been so far behind that you thought he was out of the game. Like, this has been incredibly competitive between the 2 players.
Yes, and I think Squeaker maybe... For me, I think the last game, that was pushing the boat out. Sorry. The boat out a little bit too far.
I completely agree.
When you get to that point, I think the sneak range is a good thing, but how much do you double down on that? Double range, double stable, no economy.
Yeah, why would you do that when you could just put double barracks down there and do an even better job? Very confusing, and we don't quite understand why. So, we come up to potentially the final map in this matchup. We come to Land Madness. And what are we going to pick between these two players?
Yeah, why
We've
Madness?
got
I mean,
Aztecs, Hindustanis, and Saracens versus Byzantines, Dravidians, and Khmer. So I fully expect Khmer.
Yeah, I think
for Cappy.
I think it's generally the only thing there. I mean, Wild Madness, a very scout-heavy map. That extreme. If you're going to take one map where you're going to open scouts,
It'll be
Wild Madness. It'll be Wild Madness, right? For Boo, he has Aztecs and Saracens, so it should be very obvious it's going to be Hindustanis. It's also great ability to boom on the map. If you want to play super greedy, you could go pikeman defense, add TCs.
It's a this genuinely might be one of the harder matchups. Bear in mind that Hindustanis are absolutely cracked right now, but this might genuinely be a pretty tough match for King Boo to win just based on Civ.
For me, I think it's a difficult one for our man on the right now. It's a Capybara, which I think is Khmer. Khmer, though, do have a very nice kind of early game. In the feudal age, once the game goes on as well, the farmers do start to kick in very nice there. Just the ability to hide the villagers in the houses, though. Oh my god, that is the most... It's obviously idle time, but that is the most annoying fucking thing ever.
I didn't think that was the Hindustanis that could do that.
No, I said Khmer.
That's the Khmer. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
The other Civs are going to be likely there, because I think we're 100% dead on Civ picks.
I hope so. We've been pretty darn good so far.
Yeah, no, we have, yeah. In general.
I mean, other than that, what could we have picked other than...
Well, there isn't any other option. That's the thing. At this point, it's very dumbed down.
I mean,
it's even
Land
easy
Madness.
for us. It's going to be Khmer and Hindustanis.
It's got to be Khmer and Hindustanis.
It's going to be Khmer and Hindustanis. I'm trying to think of some sort of thing fourth that I could do if it's not. And
here's the thing: it's like if Khmer managed to take this to Imp, it's such an advantage for Khmer. But if it's Hindustanis manage to get into late Castle Age with an eco advantage, it's such a huge advantage for the Hindustanis because they're such a decent civ. Oh my god, the Hindustanis are such a ridiculous civ. It's not okay how good they are.
I don't know. Obviously, a lot of people at home won't be aware of this, but Boo has really been he's really been hating on Hindustani since the change. Indians are still apparently a better civ.
Well.
And now he has a chance to get into the finals with Hindustanis. Seems a little bit poetic, and it is exactly the civs we were expecting. Khmer Hindustanis, sorry.
We are so good at this. Oh my god.
We. It's a duo. It's a pair. We are a team. We are good.
We just know what is coming up. However, what we don't know is between Cappy and King Boo, who is going to come out on top between these two players, because genuinely, it has been so close in every single matchup.
Yeah, and I still think this is a map that favourite. That is a very close TC from both of them. Just look at my quick look.
That is very close.
They're extremely close. And if you look at Boo's map, oh my god, that is very, very open. He has wood lines towards the back. Could potentially wall towards the edge of the map towards the TC and would help secure a little bit of the wood line.
Gold
and just kind of force him round to the right hand side. For Cappy on the flip side, TC's out in front, gold in the back, berries in the back.
That's it. Cappy's got a relatively safe gold at the back, which is one advantage over King Boo. I don't think it's a significant advantage because actually when it comes down to like walling and security, I think that King Boo actually has a slightly better base.
Yes, I would agree. The flip side is with Cappy, he is Khmer. Walling is a little bit less important because if
You've got houses.
If the crunch comes down to it, you can always just get the villagers in the houses. They'll cook some tea, they'll have some soup, and they'll come back out in a little bit of time.
It's fine. Nobody saw that. Anyway.
No, and anyway, yes. Pushing deer. You'll generally see this. The question is, how many deer do you want to greed if you're either player here? Now, it's not unusual to see You usually have your patch or very close to your TC. There's some a little bit further. It could be another 3, it could be 4. Sometimes players greed up to 6 or 7 deer, not even scouting to minute 9, minute 10. It could be a little bit awkward just in terms of what the TCs are. I could see Boo. I could see Boo scouting away to the right or away to the south and totally
completely missing him.
the
Yeah,
TC.
no, I can totally
I've seen that
believe
happen
that.
so many times.
Here's where I fall down, right? Both of these players. We are coming up to 5 minutes in, and nobody has missed a single second of TC idle time, and that is so bullshit. How dare they? They make me feel bad.
Yes, I mean, we also have a lot of sheep left back, and I know if I was playing, there's probably about 3 of them dead by this point, and I'm starting to mould a little bit, and I don't know if anybody... I had to explain to Mangamel, obviously, our other staff member, what moulding actually means, and it is when you go mad and you ball, that's obviously the combination of the words, and...
Oh god,
Parrot's getting involved here. He will be moulding, and I'm not the only staff member that could be moulding at this certain time. So
obviously, clearly, I mean, Mangamel would need that explaining to them because Mel is such a positive individual. She
would have no idea what that would potentially mean. Exactly.
She has never moulded in her life, unlike Cappy versus Boo in Game 3, where I feel that I would have been moulding pretty damn hard.
I would be exactly there with you. And both players, Boo is going for Loom just now, so it looks like he's going to go for 19 pop scouts. Hindustanis, the same thing still applies to Indians. The villagers are just like so cheap, really, really nice. And Cappy's going to go up at 20 pop. Pretty standard scout build there. We do see some love for some Bluster Elephants in chat. How about hey, Kamar fast castle into Blusters and chop, get rid of all the wood, get rid of all the wood around the TC for King Boo, and just absolutely starve him. Easy. We're going to go to game 5. That is a call. Let's just book it right now. Game over.
What an amazing timing on it, though. Like, when do you see the Kamar falling behind another Civ? Very, very rarely.
Maybe a little bit more to this game if there's a slight economic advantage, which there is for Hindustanis. The only thing for going to Dark Age, Feudal Age, Kamara, they don't have too much, right? Because you're going to make your 2 buildings.
Absolutely.
Going from Feudal to Castle Age, a little bit more of a difference. Don't need to build anything else. Maybe even go into Imperial Age where you can accelerate a little bit more. Don't have to build the buildings, but from Dark Age to Feudal Age, less so.
We don't have anything in that Gajara's mill. None of the units, like, that is an empty-ass Gajara's mill.
We have nothing in the Gajara's mill because it's not Gajara's.
That's the Hindustanis.
It is the Hindustanis. Have you got your glasses with you?
No.
Do you wear glasses?
I really wish I had worn my glasses. Unfortunately, I was wearing my pirate glasses, which is an entire bottle of rum.
Yep, 19 pop, double eco upgrades coming in from Boo. Pretty standard stuff here, a little bit easier. 2 or 4 behind the standees. Going for scouts himself. Opens with the spear, pretty standard as well. What is Cappy going to go for? Loses a scout, double eco as well. And stable from him as well. So, like I said,
stable opening.
Land Madness.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all about the scouts.
Opening.
It's all about the scouts.
But when it comes down to it, I kind of feel like the Hindustanis do have a genuine advantage in that scout fight when it comes down to it right now.
And I think both players should be aware of each other are because of the scout engagement just happens. When we get the fog of war, Cappy is up towards the left, and that's where he left his scout.
He doesn't see the actual base of Boo.
But Boo has zero idea. He has zero idea where Cappy is. Like I said, he's going to go all the way down to the right and all the way down to the south, and it's probably going to be the last place he looks.
That's really risky because those scouts can just come diving into his base really, really quick. I think he will find it before it becomes too significant of a problem because he's found some berries.
Blood Lion's coming in from Cap. He's got 1 scout on the field. He wants to have a really good engagement straight off the bat.
Straight into the TC.
Where is his
Straight into the TC. Straight into the TC. Oh my God! He's died to the TC.
And that's 1 scout down and a lot of HP off the other. Where is his scout from Cappy? He was in the opposite base. Cappy, great reaction. Really happy with that. Drops another stable. He's going to double down in Feudal Age. Try and spam scouts, especially when you've already got Bloodlines. Let's see where we can go here. This is a great game, and I love watching LAN Madness games because there's a lot of feudal aggression. Let's see where the game can develop. So, double stable.
Yep.
It's just literally God's tier play.
Such a great play. The only way that this could be better is if he'd picked Marlians and gone for full man-at-arms.
Of course. But we do have, we have 2 scouts out in the field, both with bloodlines. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Oh my God!
And you know what? If there's a map for Cappy to go fully aggressive on a LAN Madness generation, this is the one. Stone, gold, stone. Everything's forward.
I mean, this is it. This is the moment. However, this was not the moment to take that engagement because King Boo takes the...
It looks like a good one for Cappy, actually. Does get
Cappy
turned around.
gets it!
Be adjust the scout on hill, gets it downhill hit, but...
Fuck you, King Boo! You lose!
Defender's advantage. Scouts can be enforced on the stable. One more does come in from Cappy. Spearman can come over too. We will soon see equal amount of food villagers for both. Boo finally going over to gold, so are we going to see an arch transition? I would just be expecting trying to go to Castle Age and trying to get the camels here. I don't know if Bo Peep? What a Bo Peep?
Well, basically, neither of them are on gold yet, so...
What a Bo Peep?
both of them
if Boo,
dragging out this kind of feudal age.
Does Boo recognise that Squeaker is on 2 stables? Because that would be a really big distinction if we take a look at the view. He does not.
No, he does not.
He does not. And there's actually, the number of scouts that Cappy has on the field, it's not really a clear indicator he has 2 stables.
No, not at all. Not at all. However, when we're coming down to being closer to clicking up, King Boo is closer to that Castle Age click up because
especially being on gold.
There's nobody on gold for Cappy.
Yep.
I mean, and once again, he can't even move over because the scouts are in the way. This is really, really messy.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it has been quite a messy game, but you look at the eco KD, the stats are there. Stats do not lie. Oh, there we go. The houses. The villagers hiding in the houses is beautiful. And the bloodline scouts come over. Should all go down if Boo is not careful, but he does run away. Fantastic for him. It's kind of chilling. And look at, hey, what you said chilling, and there's the scouts.
There they are chilling. I mean, this is where it's falling down, right? Yes, we've got the idle TC time.
Gonna pick the villager. No. But 2 scouts over there. Sorry, 2 spears over there.
But it's worker efficiency. The worker efficiency is down in the 60% for Cappy. It's so far behind. This is good damage onto the gold.
Does take a spear. Does take
Look
the fight.
at how many
does
scouts.
Take the fight before forging.
Let's go.
More
Let's
seconds.
go. Right, that's it. We're going to call out for freedom.
I would like
Let's
to
go,
see
Cappy.
Wait for the upgrade before taking the engagement. He does have it now. 11 scouts on the field. 1 more coming over. Boo is going to try and greet his way up to Castle Age. If there's one map where you can be punished for going too early up, it is LAN Madness.
It is Land Madness. And the madness is coming in. Those spears getting great hits onto the scouts, so the advantage does fall down to King Boo again. So the scouts take the engagement with the spears. We lose a good third of the scouts, and the advantage actually should be with Boo.
He's losing a lot of numbers. He's now forced into forging. That's going to delay his Castle Age. I know.
Forging is already in for Cappy.
Honestly, forget about the upgrade. Forget about the eco for Cappy. He's not thinking about Castle Age. He's thinking about Feudal Age.
Damage!
Thinking about numbers,
Damage!
and that's going to be a lot of villagers down.
Oh,
potentially 1 down, 2 down. Scouts also engaging on the other end. It's looking
this
good
is
for
good.
Speaker. And you know what? This is peak gameplay right here.
This is peak gameplay.
Scout versus Scout, Galley versus Galley in our game. This is what Age of Empires 2 gameplay should look like.
One player clicking in one place, another player clicking in the same place, and we are here.
There's armor
clicking along with them.
There is armor coming for Cappy. 14 scouts out in the field. I don't know if Boo was going for bloodline. He did get research, he did go through. He's got 4 scouts, and he goes for bloodlines. I don't love it.
This is really rough.
He's really been forced to commit heavily into Feudal Age when he was trying to transition his eco to Castle, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to.
I think he'll defend though. I think he's got enough spears to take the defense.
I'm not too sure. Cappy's got his full eco streamlined towards making scouts right now. Boo's had 4 villagers in gold. He's now starting to bank up the gold. He's not utilising it. Could be a massive engagement here. Looks really good for Cappy.
Cappy.
Scouts.
Cappy.
Should be not engaging. There's also the barracks right there, but the spears can pop out. Oof. 10 to 5 military now. And more spears do come over, and things just calm down for a little second.
We are leveling. Everything that King Boo can do right now is trying to delay any aggression into his eco. Everything that Boo is doing right now is trying to deny the scouts from doing any extra eco damage.
Go pick the farms. Go
exactly.
pick the farm. Go pick the farm. Go pick the farm. Yes. Come on. Scouts. 2 farms. 2 farms. Get in there.
The pressure is so significant right now.
120 wood down the drain.
Keep that aggro up. Right now, Cappy is in the driving seat of this game.
There is nothing better to witness when you're casting as a farm snipe, but when it happens to you, I am seriously molting.
Exactly. Fuck that guy.
I'm like, oh my god, what a fucking tryhard, man. Like, one more. Another one.
That spear has done so much work.
60-0 equal KD, going up to 7-0, working really good for Cappy. 47 villagers to 39.
We did lose
8 military to 4. King Boo is forced into armour for his spears. He's in full spear defense now. He's on his last legs.
Oh god, we're 10 vils behind for King Boo.
The one thing is, Cappy's numbers are dropping down to 7. He's got 7 more scouts in the queue. 7. That's how many he has in the field.
That was such a massive raid. There is a 10 vil difference right now. That's
10
massive.
10 vil difference, military difference is the exact same. Obviously, Boo is playing defender role right now.
It's scouts versus spears. The scouts decide where the engagement is. The spears are forward. This is a really vulnerable position for
Cappy.
Boo because Cappy can just run away.
What did he do with those scouts? Got rid of them. He's on the way up to Castle Age.
He just can't help himself. Cappy is a goddamn smurf.
He's on the way up, and I think as long as he can hold on to this game, don't lose your scouts in this transition to Castle Age, okay? Keep everything at home for Boo, so you don't
get
invite
that
pressure.
light cav upgrade.
Honestly, I don't even know if Boo... I don't know if he gets to that point. Once you see Castle Age, you know knights are coming, probably the light cav upgrade as well. It could be over at that point.
We are so far away from Castle Age for Boo as well.
Oh, we're miles off. We're literally miles off. His balance is all gone. He's not really been using his gold. He's got 7 on gold now. I don't know what. He's got 2 on gold. He's got 3 on gold. They're having to go all the way around the palisade. He's going for the wall and does get them. More villagers getting picked on the farms.
It's just the pressure.
We're going to go to game 5 here.
We are going to game 5. Oh, paradox. This is Series 1. This is King Boo versus Cappy. Series 1.
We're going to game 5, and there's still 16 scouts. There's now 16 scouts, 4 more in the queue. He's going to go for light cav, probably going to go for plus 2. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Yeah, game 5 is coming.
I feel it. I feel it in my soul, which is unfortunate because it means that we're going to game 5, which means that I've got to try and be professional and not vomit down myself.
Excuse me?
What? No. This is an amazing...
You have been professional for the rest of this time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that Grandy hasn't kicked me off yet?
Not yet.
It's really quite impressive.
Hey, Cappy's got to be careful.
So
He's getting into
close.
Castle Age now. Spearmen are
The
going to take
spear's
a big
coming in,
engagement. There's about 5
taking
there.
an absolute mop up.
Also, Scouts taking underneath the TC does disengage. Good job.
Really good engagement for King Boo. The defense is strong.
4 knights in the queue going to come out. Is there going to be a villager coming forward at any point? Would love to see that, especially when you know your opponent is still in fear. Hang on, has Cappy been taking that forward gold all this time?
Yeah.
Can we zoom out there just for 1 second, please? He has. Oh my god, that is bad manners right there if I've ever seen it. And the spearman there. There's a follow to our shop. Love to see it. Could be nice with the spearman. No, need to
this
go for
will
the wall
get denied. This should. No, okay. So we've taken the
that
engagement.
That is going to be a good engagement for the spears, especially with +1 armor. It's not going to be too bad. You can see the light cav are falling.
The knights start going down as well. That was an absolute flub from Cappy. What are you doing?
But the siege marshal does go up.
There's a hole.
And there is an overdrop. 2 knights going to go in. Does he notice? Does he notice?
Oh! Boo! With the 10,000 IQ quick
walls. He knows what he is doing.
And I'm really interested to see that the Cappy's opened with a Scorp. Obviously, Scorp's a little bit cheaper. Don't really have the same damage potential. I don't know if he's looking to see if he can line this up on the spears potentially, or the villagers are on the gold.
I mean, here's where I'm falling down, right? We have lost our military mass very, very quickly. We had such a significant military advantage for Cappy.
It's gone. It's virtually gone.
However, it's feudal military versus castle, and so we are even in military mass, but it's castle versus feudal, and who has the advantage in castle versus feudal?
I think it's the Castle Age player.
I think it's the Castle Age player as well.
Yeah. And we got a 10. Oh, there we go. Winding up on the gold villagers. One more does go down. It's a 19 to 1 KD.
19
on the villager count. 19
1
to 1.
I mean, we feel that.
Boo is now off gold. He's now off gold.
Boo, the 2K player
Right.
versus Cappy, the 1800 player.
To me, if Cappy just maintains numbers,
Yep.
adds a few more, I think it'll be enough for Boo to say, no more. I'm done. I can't. No, there's no. The one condition is maybe the one condition is so close to going. It is probably down to like a 1% chance. He's not really got anything here.
The only thing that Cappy doesn't have right now is a way of pressuring the TC.
Hey, what's the best way to pressure buildings?
Mangonels.
Give me a ram, baby. There we go.
Oh, okay, even better than a Mangonel. Full ram play.
And especially when your opponent's in feudal age, what can you really do? It's not like they're going to put a siege workshop on the back.
I'll try and fight it with my villagers.
Oh,
my villagers will come over. Oh, okay. Villagers coming over there.
Gonna make a spear. Oh wait, there's 3 scorpions there. No use. Especially
Doesn't
in
have
this
a
composition.
chance. Absolutely.
3 scorps from behind. 1 more ram should clear out everything. Even the damage from the Knights. The game's over. We'll be going to a game 5.
I am
really
so
good
happy.
play.
I am
here.
so happy. Cappy does not want to go out unhappy. Cappy wants to take this to a game 5. Cappy wants to make King Boo look like absolute trash. Cappy wants to make King Boo lose so he doesn't get any prize pool.
No, he still gets prize pool.
Yeah, well, effectively, King Boo's going to try and leave.
There it is. There's a GG call.
And Cappy's going to mug him for his money.
And there's a signature smirk.
It's such a good smirk.
Neither win nor loss. We get a smirk. And oh my, you can see the relief on his face.
You can see the relief.
Wipes his face down. It's pretty much been the same expression on his face from Boo, the same full time. But Cappy's got a chance here. You can see he realises it. It's within touching distance here. It's within
really
his grasp.
Touching distance. What's the final map?
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
It is a good question.
It's unknown.
This is just the excitement that we have had. It's just like
if only we're
trying to go one map at a time. We've had Gold Rush, we've had the amazing game on Islands where Boo just pulled things back, Cape of Storms as well, and we did finish there on Lad Madness, and we're now going for the next level up of craziness. It's going to be Chaos Pit.
It's got to be Chaos Pit. Okay, so Chaos Pit Aztecs?
Aztecs for sure.
It's got to be Aztecs.
Aztecs for sure. One of the best subs you can get. Maybe Saracens is an odd wild card. We're missing Khmer, should be gone now.
Khmer's are gone.
Byzantines.
Hindustanis are gone.
Byzantines are a natural selection because you don't have any gold available in the starting part. There's Dravidians as well. Could kind of make sense, but you still want to go to make archers.
This is going to be really rough for Cappy.
It is difficult.
It's
fine. Cappy will just go fast castle, unique unit, and he's going to spam cataphracts.
Oh God!
I would expect it's going to be Byzantines versus Aztecs.
I would hope that was the case, but that is a heavy Aztec lean for me.
Yeah, and Hindustan is of course gone from the draft. There's only Aztecs and Saracens available for Boo. Byzantines, Dravidians did get fixed there. Thank you everybody that is tuning in. Subscriptions coming in as well. Appreciate it. All the love.
Thank you, Sean.
Yes, if you do have a Discord, you're streaming yourself. Even if you're just a normal person, go and share it on any Discord that you're in. Try and get any other people in here.
If you're a normal person.
Obviously, you can see the production here. A lot of the work has been done by Grandy. The overlays, all of the drafting, it's all been made from absolute scratch. It's been a fantastic job so far. It's only day 1. You can just see it. Look at the hall. It's been it's so good to be here and the DJ working.
Red Bull Wallaloo, lick my nips.
Oh, okay. Better watch out. Nobody drafted poles, baskets. Poles drafted first from Squeaker.
Banned.
And banned. They got sniped straight off
Immediately
the
removed.
top.
The poles
First
were
pick.
too intimidating.
We were looking for those boxing gloves to be out.
We were ready for them. But also, the other thing that I was ready for was Marlians to not be an absolute failure for Cappy. So, you know, bear in mind that if Cappy had won that, he wouldn't have, like, this would have been over. Like, we would have finished. We wouldn't have been going into game
number 5.
Byzantines versus Aztecs. Let's go into Chaos
5 for 5.
5 for 5. Oh, we are so good at this.
Yeah, of course
we
we
should
are.
cast all of these.
Well, I think we generally are a decent player.
He got
Surprisingly.
He got real casters to cast it at for
Excuse
going
me?
forward. Yeah, well, it's not your fault. It's mine.
It's literally the only thing I do in my stream. Is
Well,
cast.
that's the same for me.
Well, then we are genuine casters then.
We are casters.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, indeed.
Cheers to that. And we're going to get number 5 here. Semi-final place.
Not even
available.
semi-final, full-on final place
A place for the final, exactly.
in the semis.
Well, a place
God, this
in the final from the semis
Game has given
against
me
our
a semi.
boy or Stig, who will be playing later on. Let's see what goes on Defoy and Stig. It sounds like a
This is a
ridiculous pair, doesn't it?
really tough matchup for Cappy, though.
It is, and
Like-
Aztecs are fantastic. It sounds so stupid. Having an extra 50 gold is seriously strong in this.
It's absurd.
Very strong, yes.
Like, genuinely, the Byzantines are a great civ. Super reliable trash. Like, they deal with low eco so well. But when you face that up against the Aztecs, who just sort of lock down a stable like they have a good eco with a strong military.
A very strong stable as well, right?
Yeah, they're super strong stable. Their units coming out of the state. If they get a stable, you know the game's over.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
If you see an Aztec stable, GG, give up. The game's over.
Resign. And then the flip side is the Byzantines, man. It's just, you don't really need gold.
No, I mean, you don't.
For upgrades, for sure.
Here's
But, the trash is just so cheap. You can spam units.
Here's the thing. It's like if the Byzantines get to Imp, right? If you get to the Byzantines and Imp with a decent eco, the Byzantines will absolutely crush the Aztecs. If the Cataphracts come out rolling,
Yep.
it doesn't matter what the Aztecs manage to throw out at them, the Byzantines will absolutely crush them.
Yep, looks like Cappy's about to discover where the lumber camp is for Boo. Stream sniping. Oh, boom! Does see what it is. Obviously, you want to try and cut towards the outside where the gold access is. Really important you actually micro your villagers. Can we look where Cappy's lumber camp is on the flip side? To me, it doesn't look like it's on the outer rim. Does he realise that? Can we just maybe go to the point of view with Cappy?
Cappy decides
He does. So he actually goes for the closer one. I don't know if that's a deliberate choice or maybe felt like he was moving too far and was like, fuck this, I got to get that lumber camp down. But ASAP and does just get it down.
What's interesting is even if he got through at that point in the corner by his woodline, there's no gold near that.
No, there is a little bit to the left, and it is a big pile, and it would be obviously when you do get towards the outside, very easy to secure.
Yep.
Couple of lines of palisades, a very minimal investment, and you can secure potentially thousands of gold. And could you just imagine Byzantines to get something as stupid as cataphracts?
But that's exactly the thing. It's like if the Byzantines get to the point where they are so comfortable that they are rolling out cataphracts against the Aztecs, the Aztecs are up shit creek without a paddle. However, that's not going to happen. Because when it comes down to it, the Aztec longswords, the Aztec crossbows, everything that the Aztecs are throwing at the Byzantines is a issue.
You got trash, man.
I don't think they're trashy enough.
It's a total oxymoron, but trash is good.
I don't think they are trashy enough. I think the Aztecs are really going to start driving forward in this game 5.
They really should. I want to see what Boo's going for. As a Barrett's coming up, just then. Cappy's now having to go for the Umber Camp. People already calling GG in the chat. I think people would have been calling it in game 1 when you've seen the villagers going down on the field tower rush. So you just never know in these kind of games. We're now into the game 5. Both players must be feeling extremely nervous. There's a spot in the cup finals, and we're not really decided what the carrots can mean and whatnot, and why we're going to give them out staff members. It could be anything. I mean, it could be a double Dunter on the prize. You could get a medal and a carrot at the same time.
All I'm saying is that the only way that anybody is getting my carrot is by going full Marlian longswords, and if they don't do that, I don't give a fuck. They ain't get my carrot.
Could you imagine a better carrot? Than Squeaker?
Yep.
AKA Capybara, giving out a sympathy carrot to Boo for losing in the semi-final.
Yes! Yes! That would be the best thing that would have happened this tournament.
Be an amazing carrot.
My God. It's like, fuck you, Boo. That would, yes.
Here's your consolation.
Yeah.
GG well played, handshake.
Yes, please. That would be so good.
And there's a range. There is a range from Cappy. Obviously not anywhere close. Man-at-Arms coming in. Walls are up from Cappy, so should be all right. Does have Stone to burn, of course, in the meantime. Well, see if he just goes for the pair, and does.
Here's the thing, though, right?
There's
been 32 seconds of idle TC time for Cappy.
Yeah, which is actually odd, because it's generally been the opposite, right?
Yeah.
It's generally been Boo with the player much more idle time. I don't know if maybe the situation's getting to him. Obviously, a live criteria, people on their PCs, people on Twitch, and millions on Twitch.
The millions.
Exactly. And this is not only are you playing a fellow member of staff, also a close friend, which does make things a little bit, it's a very strange dynamic, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is where it starts to get really, really... Look at the blocking
good damage.
of the
Could get a block of the villager. Could go down. One more hat. Good save. Good save.
Cappy coming in with the save. Honestly, these two players genuinely amaze me. The quality of game that we have got in the semi-finals.
Yes.
Like, this is a finals quality series. Like, we are so...
It's been great. I mean, you generally can't expect any better than 2-2. And the strange thing is, we went 1 game and 2 games and 1 game. So it wasn't like they were punching blows. It wasn't going game for game. It was 1 game and then 2 games back, and then Cappy's brought it back to the 2 each to give himself a chance.
Like, this is no schmuck play. These are 2 players at the peak of their ability.
Yes. Unless you're Lord Doubt.
Unless you're Lord Doubt.
If
anybody loses right now, they're at the peak of their ability.
Correct.
They've lost, so they're clearly trash. Oh my God, resign, quit. Honestly, I am so amazed with how well both of these players have done. Even when they've been on the back foot, they've been competitive. This is like finals quality.
Oh no, 100%, 100%. And if I'm the other players over there, Devoy and Stake are warming up already, I'm stuck. Like, it doesn't matter who I'm going to face in the final now.
Yeah.
EOS, Window, Proverbial, get them out of there.
Yeah,
doesn't
absolutely.
matter. I'm concerned about both players.
Look at that. The Ville's getting the hits on. Pressure is there. I'm really loving the play from King Boo so far. Cappy is a minute ahead in TC idle time right now.
It's not good. These 3 villagers behind a lot of that is down to idle time, of course. 25 seconds per villager, so they could probably count 2 to that. It doesn't look fantastic with full scrum defense, though. The one good thing is the scrums are so cheap. It should be pretty good counter in terms of...
There's an equal amount of skirms from Boo.
Yeah, in saying that, 5 more, come over, so he's got a big force here. 15 to 8 military. Let's take a look at the eco for both. How many farms are we talking for Cappy? Only got a few. Horse collar for Boo. No double bed eggs, but double bed eggs for Cappy.
No horseback collar for Cappy.
No horseback collar for him. Ain't no hollowback collar for him.
He is the hollowback girl.
Looking like it, right? And
absolutely.
Look at those scrums, though. They just massed in like no time whatsoever. Oh my god. Those berries are about to saturate. And let's see where the next farms go. That is...
this
really,
is a mistake. This is a mistake.
That farm structure could be amazing with those double farms and in TC. that is got potential to be absolute pog.
This is good. Here's the thing. Like, we have landed in the point where the Byzantines and the Aztecs are going to face up against one another in Castle Age. Neither civ is going to be able to secure this in late feudal. So this is going to Castle Age.
It looks like it.
And who do you favour in early Castle Age? It's the Aztecs every single day of the week.
Well, especially when Boo has been earlier to chop out. He's on gold now. He's got 7 on gold. I don't know how far Cappy is to chopping out. Can we take a quick look? He's still good.
Off.
He's
far
1
off.
8. Okay.
88.
That's still 88 wood. He's only got 1 villager working there. It's still on gold. It's going to be
2.5 minutes.
It's going to be really tough for Cappy to overturn this. Purely, and it's actually comical that this set has came down to that. The fact that you don't start chopping the wood at the same time as your opponent.
Late. But also, what the hell, Capture Age? How can we... that's amazing that we can...
The circles, right? It's a range of the skirmishers.
I love that.
So whenever you... I can't remember the exact time of it, like the different shades of it. It's like the minimum and the max range of certain units.
Yeah, but we don't even have fletching for King Boo, and we can see that represented in front of us.
Yep.
King Boo taking the negative engagements. Considering he was so far ahead right there, like, the pressure is now on. Well, it's not going to do fuck all, because it's
skirmishers, right?
Like,
that's the thing.
oh, God, I'm so scared of the skirms.
They're going to take it my TC very slowly. Cappy does have good food. He needs to draw a market. Did we see any buildings getting done?
He's still 0 on gold. How the fuck is he 0 on gold?
No, he does have both buildings though, so could quite up. But he needs to drop a market. He does want to get up.
He's not even got the things.
Well,
God.
Yep, he has the food pretty much. He has plenty of skirms on the field, and he is
through.
But the actual time to get the gold in terms of mining versus the market, it's going to be quicker on the market. So just put a market up. It looks like it is going up inside the Chaos Pit
He's
at the moment.
sell his stone.
And yep, it is. And he's going to sell some stone. Should be up, which is going to be still going to be about 2.5 minutes behind Boo once it's up. And it's only 1 villager building it, which is going to delay things even more.
That the Eagles are going to be coming stomping around the map.
The Eagles are coming. If you have seen Return of the King, Lord of the Rings. The Eagles, Pepe.
The Eagles!
The Eagles are coming! The Eagles are coming!
And they are not coming for Cappy. They are coming for King Boo. And I would be feeling really fucking nervous if I was playing as yellow and my civ was the Byzantines.
And you had 20 skirmishers on the field.
Yeah, so bad.
It's going to be, honestly, the position right now. You can look at military count, but the actual power of the military is in much greater favour for the Aztecs. Even the villager count. The skirms are maybe going to one-shot villas if they could potentially get in. Very unlikely. Cappy's in such a dire situation. He's going to try and go for stone walls so the Eagles don't go in. Which are, I love
strong.
Stone walls are amazing.
Stone walls is such a good choice. If the stone walls go up before these skirms, man, if skirms deny the stone walls, bear in mind that an equal number of vills could batter these freaking. Oh God, this is so bad. This is so bad.
It's not. I mean, it's bad, but it's not terrible. The Eagles are either working down in skirms.
This is worse.
One thing you can guarantee though, game number 5, players aren't going to resign early, especially when you still have 5 on stone. You're going to YOLO for a castle. You're trying to get to Cataphracts.
Yeah, but you can't even get your click up.
I don't care. If you Cataphracts, clear up those Eagles.
Yeah, but you can't get the click up.
The click up is there.
He went for the Eagle Warrior upgrade.
Forget about Eagle Warriors. Start thinking about Cataphracts, okay?
Well,
think positive here. Think positive. Cataphracts.
There was a hole!
There is always a hole.
There's always a hole.
There is always a hole. And the Eagles can just sweep in on the stone. I think the stone walls are up. Good job on the wood though.
Well.
But there's a lot of villagers there. Could go down. That's potentially 4 villagers. Does get 1 through. Yes.
Yeah.
Could try and micro back the other one. Does go for the castle on the stone. Let's see when the villagers he does commit. Looks like about 12 or good guess. 13 unlucky for some though. Could be the absolute death of him. 1 does go down.
It's like
Skirms coming over.
bingo right now.
And that generally could be the game of 0 military and does Cappy does call it. Boo going through to the final of the LAN Lubbers Cup.
What an amazing
semi
series.
final, right?
Like, genuinely, how the hell does somebody look at Cappy and go, yeah, this is a 2.2k versus a 1800?
And you know what? I think Cappy, regardless of how that final game played out, he's probably disappointed at the moment. When he has enough time to reflect back in his sight, he'll be pleased. He'll be pleased how he played.
He should be pleased.
And the outcome of it.
He should be very pleased. Other than the fact that he should have won because he played Marlians wrong. Other than that, he played everything absolutely fantastically. What an amazing player. And what an amazing series between these two absolute titans.
It was fantastic. It was a really good set. I think that was
We were lucky.
I think that was a deserved result for both players.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of, like, you would expect the high rated player to win. But the underdog story was, like, so close.
So
everybody
close.
loved, but, like, to be so close, obviously so far.
2-3.
But obviously that underdog can take so much from it and gain so much confidence. Who knows where this player could be in the next 12 months?
Yeah, I mean, come the next LAN Madness.
He could be the next King Boo. Anyway, I think we're about to get into player interview. Let's hand it over to AC, where we'll be hearing from King Boo and Capybara.
Oh my god, AC's so sexy!
Peace out.
What a segue. Thank you, Tom. Not much I can say to that. Firstly, all the people in the hall, can we have a massive round of applause for our two players up on stage? I think you can both hear the sort of love, joy and support of the whole age community that's repping today. Now, sadly, there is a winner, there is a loser. We're going to talk to our valiant second place for this set, just to begin with. Squeaker, coming into this, you would, being honest, maybe see yourself as a little bit of an underdog. Yeah, I think everybody would agree. You sort of held yourself up really, really well. What was your sort of mindset going into this best of five?
Well, I mean, nothing to lose. There's no point playing timid. There's no point half-assing it. So put myself out there and see what happens.
Fantastic. To be honest, I'm going to start off just asking you about that first game, because there were some phenomenal plays in that. Firstly, Mayans. Mayans are Mayans. Yeah, it started off with a wonderful failed trush, and then you recovered out of that and took some fantastic fights. What was your thoughts going in with that trush? Did you think it was all over? What were your thoughts after that moment?
I didn't expect to get away with it quite as much as I did after that. Started out with the late crush, lost, 2 vills to Wolves, and then didn't even get the tower up. So, not exactly how you want to start.
But then you did come back and win that one, so...
Yeah, Mayans are a broken sieve.
Mayans are Mayans, fantastic. I'm going to jump over to you, Boo, just about that first game. I just wanted to ask about your mindset. As soon as you hit Imp, you went for the unique tech over getting Trebs out. What was your sort of thoughts behind that?
I was never going to win the Treb war. He was up first, had more castles, so I have to clean the army.
So you were like, we've got to get that tech in, try and clear it all out.
Yeah, I have to deny his Trebs, which means to deny his Trebs, I need Hussar.
Yeah, and have a go with that fight. It was a really well-fought first game. You could hear from the crowd how much we cheered. I'm going to start off with you, Mr. Boo, for that game number 2. So we went to Islands, Italians, Vikings. How did you fancy, both of you, very good water players? What were your thoughts going in? Did you fancy your chances in that second game?
It's Vikings, it's Islands, it's win.
You heard it here. There we go. We were all talking about with that early fast imp trying to get those fires out, but it didn't quite come to fruition. Why do you think that play didn't quite work for you there, Mr. Cappy?
Gave him too much water control, and especially with longboats, Vikings just have a bit of an easier ride than other civs. So
it felt like as soon as that sort of control around the outside of the islands was won, it was going to be a bit of a challenge to get through. Game 3, we went to Cape of Storms. What an exciting game. Honestly, I think it was one of our favourites we were watching. We had sneak ranges. We had vills going down left, right and centre. Squeaker, that range, was that planned? Or did you just get to the point you went, screw it, let's have a go? What was your thoughts behind that?
It was a very definite plan coming into it, because I know that in general, if I play bog standard meta, Boo's going to be more solid than me. So And I know that in this set he probably wants to play that standard meta as much as possible. So it's, a bit of a eggs in one basket kind of play.
Boo, I'm going to come to you. In terms of, did that A, surprise you? And B, I was going to ask you about how important water was for you in that, because your eco just felt quite solid, even though you'd lost the Vils. But was that a bit of a surprise on your gold?
It might have been. I was questioning where his army was at home, thought I was hugely ahead, had a massive lead, easy win, and then suddenly my entire gold mine is dead. Was not comfortable, but water does make it really easy to recover, so you can add the knights in, still get the cheap CA out.
We also noticed, sorry, I realise I'm quite a loud person, thanks Greg. We also noticed that stable, that sneak that Squeaker just invested all in, was spotted by one tile as you went by. I'm sure you would have eventually found it there, but that was probably quite a key moment as well as you brought your Castle Age army to clear that up?
I knew it was in that direction. By that time I knew it was a sneak, so it was more where is it and hedge your bets, so it didn't really matter if I'd seen it or not.
By that point, it felt pretty secure. On to game number 4, Land Madness, and it really did live up to its name. Huge fight there. Boo, what was your thought? Hindustanis Capybara. What's your thought on that matchup?
Hindustani should win it. It's not a close matchup in Castle Age. Tried to greed too much for it and misplayed it. Needed to invest in upgrades a bit sooner, and then I can hold it and then win, but got caught out by much heavier feudal, and then my eco's just screwed.
I think this might be a slight insight for you. Squeaker had a rather unique build, which none of us had seen. I don't know if you had. I'm just going to ask you about that, because we were all initially thinking that you were going for archers. We weren't sure what on earth you were doing. What was your thoughts behind your build? Obviously something pre-planned.
Actually, Boo's probably going to hate this, but it was improvised on the spot. I was contemplating going scouts archers, but then I realised, hang on, if I just go bloodlines and then double down on the scouts, because I was suspecting Boo was looking for the double stable, because I've got a bit of a name for it now with him. So I thought, try something slightly different. And yeah, I know he likes to play that greedy style, so I figured just hammer home and get him chasing me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what the response is when you've got that number of scouts running around your base. With that early bloodlines, what do you do in that situation?
Cry. Make spears.
Make spears and cry. That is a life lesson to live by. Finally, on to Game Fine, the big decider. Aztecs, Byzantines, really close matchup. But I have to ask, Squeaker, it was playing on all of our minds. That first lumber camp, was that intentional? And if so, what was going on there? And I mean that, and I'm asking as a friend.
It was an accident. I thought I'd scouted the backwood line, but I hadn't. But I mean, that wasn't that influential. It was probably more me overreacting to the first Vil, that Vil laming. And yeah, Aztecs are one of the best 2 or 3 civs on that map, so I was always going to be up against it.
It was really well played by both of you, the whole set. Boo, how did you capitalise on that that early pressure, getting that little lame in there, getting those deer and so on? How do you kind of build that lead when you've got that early start?
So it was intentional when his deer were forward to make him overreact to it. When I saw he'd milled the deer I killed, I knew the game was mine to win. And then it was, I underinvested in skirms, knowing he can't do eco damage with them, kept him at home with the men-at-arms, and then didn't get fletching. So I could get a quicker Castle Age and then Eagle spam wins in a skirm war.
Well, there we go. A huge thank you once again to our players. I'm just going to give the last word, actually, to Boo. Some compliments for your opposition for today, the semi-finalist. Any compliments, last words?
I think he's quite clearly prepped well. He's pushed me a lot closer than I would have liked, and he's made me feel quite uncomfortable at moments. So, yeah, it's well played.
One final round of applause for our 2 players today. Thank you very much. Well done, you 2. That's going to be just for a pause now. I'm going to throw it back over. Is Miss Mel coming on to take the mic? Come and say hello. Come and say hello, Mel. Tell us what's coming up next, Mel.
So what's coming up? We're having a 15-minute break and a reset because, boy, that was some series, wasn't it? So we need to get everything back reset behind the scenes. So we've just had a pretty incredible dono come in. So we've had Lord of the Legend. Oh, I can't speak. Lawler the Legend.
Lawler the Legend.
Yes. Thank you. Enunciation there. Donate $500 to the prize pool, which is incredibly generous. So if we could have a round of applause.
Round of applause. $500 donation just came in for the prize pool. Phenomenal. So 15-minute break.
15-minute break. Yep. And we'll be back with you shortly for the next set.
See you back for the next set. Bye for now.